everybody? Welcome to the Late Night Boxing Talks. We out here. A lot of obvious stories we're gonna broach tonight. Obviously, the Frank Martin, Shakur Stevenson thing. Even though it's seldom age, because in reality, it's more of what we're used to, and it's more of the same. It's just that because it happened in the 13th hour, when everybody was expecting that the fight would happen, because that's what the news was, right? You know what I mean? You know. And the ball is in Frank Martin's court. You know what I mean? That whatever he does next, whoever he's going to fight, it has to be somebody good. And the caveat is that there are not that many other options out there that would get you the same money that you were about to get, you know? There's a whole wide world outside of boxing Twitter that doesn't buy into any of those stupid arguments or any of that crap. They know that Showtime is not spending on Frank what ESPN is spending on Shakur. They know that Showtime is not paying you $1 and $2 and $3 million at a time. They know that. They have common sense. So if reports indicate that you stood to make over $1 million and you walked away, it better be for somebody good, you know? What it do, country? What it do, Jaguar? You know, it's simple, you know? The ball is in his court, and all the explaining, Shakur doesn't have to explain himself because he's not the one who pulled out of the fight. Top Rank doesn't have to explain themselves because they're not the ones that pulled their fighter out of the fight. All the onus to reconcile what happened is on Frank, because y'all got to the point where the WBC caught the purse bid off. They caught that off, what, 5-6 days ago. So, y'all was definitely negotiating, and they would have had to get confirmation from both of you to cancel the purse bid. It's not like they could just call Top Rank and say, yeah, we got a deal done. They got to hear from Tom Brown. They got to hear from TGB. They got to get confirmation from both to call off the purse bid. And they spoke to both teams. They spoke to Top Rank. They spoke to TGB. So what more do you need to hear? What more do you need to know? It's a simple situation, you know? People just don't want it to be simple because it's very obvious who pulled out. Why they pulled out is the question. And only Frank knows the answer. Only Frank and the people at the PBC know what they're doing. Only they know. Now, some feel that they decided, you know what? Let's put him in there with Javante, right? I could see that. I could see that because while Calvin Ford is talking about fighting Isaac again, ain't nobody gonna buy that. Nobody gonna buy that rematch. Like, what you talking about? The same 200,000 or the little 100, anywhere in between, I don't know. 175 to 200,000 people. Other than that, who gonna buy Isaac Cruz rematch, right? Right. But if you put him in there with Frank, well, it is a fresh face, but what does that do at the box office? What does that do? Doesn't do 500,000. Doesn't do 1 million. But you know, that's what people think, because I already see people saying that, explaining it that way, that, oh, well, if they put him in there with Javante, yeah, we don't know if they are, but let's say that they are. They not bringing in no big numbers. What you think? 500,000 people? Because you fighting Frank Martin, the great Frank Martin. You think 500,000 people or 1 million people gonna, like, no, they not. Shout out the big boxer. What do you think of Charlo saying that he's nervous for Canelo? I would say I appreciate his honesty. I think when you're honest, when you could be honest, it makes you more dangerous because you addressing the reality of your situation. Don't front. Don't put on a brave face. Tell the truth. This is a very big fight for me. It's the biggest fight of my career, and I'm nervous. I appreciate his honesty because that tells me that, yeah, this guy is here to fight. You know, he might not win, but he's gonna try to. That's what that tells me. Like, it could be good or it could be bad, but honesty, it is a sign of strength when you could say, yeah, I'm nervous. You know, it's a big fight. Going up 2 weight classes. You know, I'm fighting a better fighter than any fighter that I've ever fought. You know, that means you got an idea of what's in front of you. What it do, Gary? Unless it's something like an act of God, it's obvious. It's an obvious duck. His credibility is shot and his fans are delusional. Typical PBC antics, you gotta love it. I agree. You know, I've seen some people try to turn this around on Shakur. I don't understand that. How you gonna be mad at Shakur that Frank pulled out? How is that Shakur's fault? I see people bringing up Devin. I'm like, what does Devin got to do with Frank pulling out of a fight? What do those two things have to do with each other? Those two things don't got nothing to do with each other. You just deflecting. Shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing. This shit is corny. But that's because, see, I know what the content creators are doing. The content creators, because it's a lot of them, and it's a growing number of boxing channels, you know? That number is only getting bigger. But the number of boxing channels that actually know something about boxing, oh, that's even smaller. It's very small. They know more about gossip. They know more about fabricating information. But boxing? Nah, they don't know shit about boxing. They don't know shit about boxing. You know? So a lot of those content creators, they make their money off the clickbait and the arguing and the vitriol. They make more money from fights that don't happen than fights that do. They make more money on a long enough timeline just fanning that flame and propagating all those narratives. They make money off of that. It's a lot of fights that they didn't want to happen that they still don't want to happen. Like this one. I told y'all, they didn't want Wilder versus Joshua to happen because they were making so much money from the videos talking about it. They didn't want Crawford versus Spence to happen for the same reason. For 5 years, they was milking it, making videos about it. They didn't want to know what would happen if they fought because once they fight, that's it. Not a lot to say after that. Or worse, Spence loses, which is what I said would happen. If he loses, then what? Y'all gonna prop up another narrative, right? They'll do it at 54 if they do it. Do it at 54. And if he loses at 54, what then? I told y'all he was gonna stop Sean. I said that many years ago. So that when he stops Sean, what they do? They prop up a narrative. And then when that narrative don't work, what they do? They prop up a narrative. They're running out of fighters to do this with. They're running out of fighters, yeah. Keith Thurman is knocking on the door of retirement. Wilder is knocking on the door of retirement. Errol is knocking on the door of retirement, you know? Those guys are knocking on the door of retirement. They're not going to be around much longer. And they're not really active enough anyway. I mean, think about Keith Thurman. What is he going to do? I thought he was going to fight Ugas. Nope. Ugas is fighting Barrios. Errol fighting Crawford again. Alexis Rocha got a fight. He got a fight coming up. He got something he working on. You know? What is going to happen to Keith Thurman? I think he should retire, personally. He might as well. It's not because he lost the Pacquiao fight. I say it all the time. It's not because of that. It's because you let too much time go by. Now, the only way you get back The only way you could really get back is you gotta fight somebody real. But somebody real might beat you. Why? You don't fight. It's already been over a year since the Barrios fight. It's been over a year already. You know what I mean? Poor Barrios. They doing him dirty. Nah, cause I think he gonna beat Ugas, bro. He probably gonna beat Ugas, bro. Keith will star in the next RoboCop movie, for real. You know? I heard a video saying Bivol versus Porter would be a 50-50 fight. They were at the same weight, face, blue smiling. Yo, that's crazy. I don't even, like, a lot of the time now, them guys like that they just be saying any old silly shit so that people will watch their video, any dumbass headline so that people will watch their video. I don't even pay attention to that dumb shit anymore. Cause I'm like, yo, y'all motherfuckers is sick in the head, man. For real, y'all. A lot of y'all motherfuckers, something wrong with y'all. And it's something wrong with the people that listen to you. Cause you might be doing that for money. How could anybody be stupid enough to listen to you is my question. At this point, Barrios is a crash test dummy. Yeah, but Ugas, remember, Ugas is coming off an L, and he ain't fought since the Spence fight. Barrios fought. He fought, I think, Santiago, I think it was, and he beat him. So Barrios then rebounded off his loss. Ugas has not rebounded off of nothing. So, you know, it's what you expect, man. It's everything you expect. That's why, you know, fights like Zerto versus Smith or Valine versus Gassiev, I love those fights because there's no diva shit, there's no prima donna shit. Casuals don't even know them like that, so we don't got to deal with no casuals saying stupid shit, making the shit toxic. It's just two good fighters that's gonna fight. Simple. You get to enjoy it. Simple. You know? Simple. What happens when the guy got a little bit too much going on? This Frank Martin shit happens. Y'all want to sit here and have a whole argument because he pulled out of a fight. It's not even an argument because we know who pulled out. What it really is you struggling to defend him. You trying to like come up with a reason like, oh no, bunch of dumb shit. The motherfucker pulled out of a fight, bro. What more do you need to know? You trying to find a way to make it okay. That's what y'all doing. Like, that's what the whole shebang-a-bang, that's what the whole hullabaloo is. Y'all trying to find a way for it to be okay. That in the 13th hour, after agreeing the terms, when the contracts get sent out to finalize the fight, they pulled them out. Y'all trying to find a way to make that okay. Why? Didn't you want to see that fight? What did I say before? No. They don't want to see them fights. The content creators, a lot of them, they don't be wanting them fights to happen because in here, they know what's going to happen. Shakur gonna beat him. There goes another one. Everybody at Ring IQ gets to laugh about the shit. Like, damn, man, Top Rank just be whooping y'all ass. You know? They don't want them fights to happen. At the what happened, look, and I don't got nothing against Stephen. I say it all the time. But after what happened to Stephen in Japan, and after what happened with Errol with Crawford, you think they want more of that? No. They still licking their wounds. They still trying to recuperate. They still trying to recover. They don't want to go through that again. Put Frank in the ring with Shakur. You're going to see a boxing master class. He's going to master class him, yo. Motherfucking master class. They do not want more of that shit happening. They don't want that shit to keep happening. Go ahead. Put Delos Santos or Frank Martin in there with Shakur. Watch what happens. Go ahead. I'm waiting. I love when that shit happens. Go ahead, do it. I got 200 on Shakur. 200. Looks like a 8-4, 8-4, 9-3 kind of fight. You know what I'm saying? They know. They know what time it is. Now I'm open up the chat to the panel. You know what I mean? They know. They act like they like boxing. They don't like boxing. They like gossiping about boxing. They don't like boxing. If you're a boxing fan, you like watching boxing matches. So you should be angry. Instead of scrambling to make excuses while the PBC fighter left, you should be angry. Drew, let's talk about this sucker shit. Sucker motherfuckers.
What's good?
Like you said, Jules, I expected some chicanery to happen because this fight it happened too smoothly, Jules. Like it
was too good to be true, bro.
Exactly. And then Katz is trying to parlay this with Devin Haney, not knowing that, okay, Shakur Stevenson did what Dillian White did to try to get a bigger split, and they was going to give it to him, and then Devin ran away.
Listen, this the other shit. And I've already been through this. I said it in a video I did. I will say it again because I have no problem repeating myself. The first guy that Devin contacted to do a fight with was not Shakur. It was Regis. All right. And the whole time these bozos been believing whatever Devin say, just because he says it, this man has literally been negotiating with Regis. Literally. All right. And he's been doing it in front of you, which is worse. They're like, are you really that fucking stupid? Is that possible? Shout out to No Smoke Boxing. Oh, the super chats.
Beer money.
Beer money. Shout out to my man Yayo for the super chat predictions. Sky Lopez Zepeda. All right. Sky Nicholson is definitely going to outpoint Perez. I don't have a doubt in my mind. I've got Luis Lopez beating Joet, but possibly struggling because Joet is big for that weight and he is tough. He always gives guys good work, but he always comes up short. That's gonna be that's the story of him, Joet Gonzalez. That he always gives guys really good work. I think he gave Navarrete some good work, unless I'm mistaken.
He did.
It was the fight he made Navarrete earn that paycheck.
Yep. He did, right? And you know, that's he's that guy that like, yeah, yo, he will push you, but he's just missing that extra gear to win the big fights that he be in. I have Hitchison Richens beating Zepeda in what I think will be an entertaining fight because guys like I love guys like Jose Zepeda. This is not a guy that you can take lightly at any point in the fight. Don't get it twisted that because Regis did that everybody gonna do that. Don't get it twisted. Regis could crack. I like Richardson Hitchens, but he doesn't have Regis's power. He has speed, combinations, and movement, but power, not like Regis.
And so Regis said Chon is fucking deadly to that body. He caught him a couple times to the body.
Trying to tell you, bro, Chon is a real dude, bro. I like Chon.
Who do you got between the Magician's fucking fighters, Milligan's fighters, Ramirez and Barbosa?
They're not gonna. I'm telling you, I said it in a video I did. I don't think they're gonna fight because, see, if you're Arnold, you would want to fight Jose. If you're Arnold. But if you're Jose, what the fuck do I get out of fighting Arnold Barboza? Let me point this out to you, Drew. Arnold Barboza was not told about the order. Go to his page. Read what he said. He said that's news to me.
And Regis was supposed to sign to get all those guys in the ring, huh?
No, this is what I'm saying. I don't think Rick told him that they ordered that fight. And the reason I don't think Rick told him is because what Rick likely wants to do is Teofimo Lopez, Jose Ramirez, Heisman night later on this year. But if you're Arnold, well, what the fuck do I do? Yeah. What the fuck do I get?
Rick can't afford more fucking duck slander on Jose, but he got it.
I'm saying Arnold, to me, Arnold should really consider going to Matchroom because you're not getting high profile fights. You see what I mean? You can't barter with something that you're not getting. You are already not getting high profile fights. The least you can do is stay busy. Well, Matchroom, they got a couple of good 140 pounders and they do a lot of shows. So
Who's
they
Montana
can keep
Love?
you busy.
Who's Montana Love fighting next?
Quién sabe? Who fucking
No, what
cares,
I'm
bro?
saying is like go to Matchroom and they'll be like, get rid of Montana Love for us, and then you get Hitchens. It's a tough fight.
Exactly, Montana Love or Stevie Sparks. But you see my frame of mind that I'm like,
you're right, Jules. Take out our trash,
bro.
and we'll give you a 7-figure fight, but it might be against Hitchens, and you might get fucked up.
You might, but you gotta work because if your whole shit was, oh well, I'm trying to get Teofimo, bro, you're not gonna get Teofimo. You know, I mean, not the way that it's looking. Like, call me crazy. Maybe I'm being crazy, but I feel that if Teofimo had to choose between fighting Arnold or fighting Jose, he would fight Jose. I think, wouldn't you say that Jose has more of a name?
And quiet as it's kept. If Crawford says "fuck it," I'm busy. Okay, Teo, you want to fight? He'll take that over both those guys getting super status.
No, yeah, but I mean, I feel that's for later on because what I think, you know what I think they're gonna do. I think Crawford, when he moves up and the BO goes vacant, Alexis Rocha becomes BO champion, and then Teofimo can move up if he's still winning, right? Mm-hmm. He can move up and fight him because Top Rank doesn't have a bad relationship with Golden Boy, so they could do that fight together.
That's a big fight. I mean?
That'll be a decent fight. Like, yeah, between those two, that'll be a decent fight, and I like that fight. But I don't actually, and I said it at least 3-4 times in episodes of the relay that I don't think getting WBO super status was about getting a Crawford fight. Nah, Crawford is busy and he's on his way up. So that can't be the reason they're doing that. They're doing that because they know, okay, that belt is going to be vacant soon. Somebody's going to pick it up and we will fight them. Because also, if you're Top Rank, bro, Teofimo already has big purse demands. Crawford, after this, he's going to have purse demands too.
And you're right, because they could order, okay, Crawford drops the belt, they order Alexis Rocha versus the super champion at 40 for the belt.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like that's a less expensive, easy fight to make. Much easier than a Crawford fight because, bro, what's Crawford gonna want for the fight?
I think Golden Boy would send Alexis over to ESPN for that fight.
I think they would because they have a good relationship. I think they would work it out to where they do each other some favors. They borrow some of each other's fighters. I think that's how they would work it out. That okay, we'll send you Alexis for this fight if you send us this guy and this guy for that fight. Because remember, Alexis is one of our champions. You know, in this scenario where he has the BO, if you're Golden Boy, you say, okay, we'll send you Alexis, who's one of our champions, but you got to send us a couple of guys because we got some fights that we want to put on that we want to do. And they could work it out that way, that bartering system. And it's a cheaper fight. If you think about it, what would you have to pay Crawford, bro? What would you have to pay Teofimo?
And that goes to the notion we talked about, Jules. I would like ESPN and DAZN to do that joint partnership going forward, where they've been taught, like it's in deep talks right now. And that would make a lot more sense.
Yeah, but okay, if you're talking about Terence Crawford versus Teofimo, I think that the time of Terence Crawford fighting a Top Rank is over. I don't think Bob Arum wants to do anything with Terence Crawford anymore.
No, yo también, eso es lo que yo estoy diciendo, Leo, que eso es demasiado dinero. To do a fight con Terence Crawford, ¿verdad? Que va a exigir. Y Teofimo, que va a exigir. Yeah, that's a super expensive fight. Top Rank doesn't want to get all caught up in that shit. The play is to do Lopez versus Rocha for what could be the WBO title. That's what I think the play is. Like, bro, they are. Bob already said he lost money doing Crawford fights. He's not about to lose more, you know. So I don't think it's about getting Crawford.
I mean, I think the move is kind of weird. I thought you only get super status when you win undisputed, but I guess not.
No, not only, because remember Andrade got it for being a 2-time WBO champion at 2 different weights. Remember, they gave it to him, and that's why he was going to be able, even though he never did, he was going to be able to fight Zach Parker for interim status straight away. So usually when we see it, it's when you're undisputed. But Amanda Serrano also had WBO super champion status before she became undisputed. So it's different criteria that they use to award that designation. For Teofimo, which I think is fair, he didn't just beat the WBO champions at 135 and 140. He beat the lineal Ring Magazine champions because they were there too. Vasyl Lomachenko, Josh Taylor. I do think that he is deserving of that status. I think he is.
I see how it works.
Yeah. But on to Gassiev versus Valine, right? That's the fight that I have on my mind because
that's gonna be a good one, man. I'm curious if Gassiev can knock Valine out.
So who you guys like for that fight?
Well, first off, I think there's some question marks about Gassiev because I don't know when's the last time he fought, and I don't even know if he's even in the heavyweight division, man. It feels like the last time I saw him was a boxing super series, man. But yeah, I like that.
He fought earlier this year. He fought. He fought some I ain't gonna front. He fought some nondescript guy, Mike Balogun. He was the unbeaten guy going in, but this is not like this is not like a world beater or nothing. It's just random guy with an unbeaten record, and he did knock him out. I would say Gassiev has been at heavyweight for about 3-4 fights, but he's been fighting nobodies. He's been fighting nobodies. Like,
I mean, both guys have been under the radar, and like I don't know how. Well, look. Solita, he's good people, but I don't know how he says like they're both avoided when one of them is like they fight like very like obscure fighters, and they're not really.
I think Otto is avoided. I actually do think Otto is avoided because, look, put it this way, this guy gave Tyson Fury a hard fight, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
The virtue of fighting him is, I'm going to show you how to deal with this guy, Fury. I'm going to show you. But since he fought Fury, nobody really want to fight him.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Who wants to deal with a tough fucking southpaw?
Exactly. Who wants to deal with a southpaw that's going to stick and move and box and move lateral? Who wanted? Because more often than not, that's actually how Otto fights. That shit with Fury, that was just some blue moon shit. He don't be that aggressive most of the time. Most of the time, he box. So, to the promoters and the managers that, we want to get our guy a fight, yada, yada, yada. Think about it. Boxer signed Martin Bacoli. Why didn't you make Bacoli versus Valine? Valine has been out here all this time with nothing to do and nobody to fight. Why didn't you make that fight? That would have been a great little fight for Sky. That would have been a good little fight for Bacoli, a chance to keep the momentum going. You didn't bother, I'm not gonna lie. AJ, I wanted him to fight Valine. I didn't, like the shit that happened is the shit that happened, and I didn't really want a White rematch, but I understood that, you do get a lot of money if you fight White, so I get it from the money shit, but what I wanted as a customer was Valine. Y'all didn't go after him, and I think for y'all especially, because y'all all wrapped up in this Fury shit, right? This Fury, Usyk, Wilder bubble shit, right? Yo, go in there, fight Valine, knock him out. A lot of motherfuckers not going to be able to say nothing because Fury couldn't knock him out.
No. Just to bring it back to what you started off with, Jules, it's comedy to see them try to tarnish Shakur. One, because they don't want Shakur to develop the leverage he's already developing with the amount of tickets he's selling and being the highest rated top-ranked fighter on ESPN.
Yeah. I mean,
those are just ratings. The facts.
He gets better ratings than almost on TV. Just comparing regular programming to regular programming, Shakur always gets at or around 1 million. At or around. That means it might be just under or 1 million. Just look up his TV ratings.
And he
does good ratings
on the East Coast. He's doing better than what Devin does. He's
doing better than Frank Martin.
Exactly. And he's young, so there's not going to be no aging him out.
To me, the whole thing with them is, how do you get mad at a fighter for pursuing a fight? How do you work it out in your mind where you should be mad at Shakur that Frank pulled. Frank pulls out, and you get mad at Shakur? How does that work, bro?
I don't understand.
Bro, because somehow he lowballed him. You know, the guy that made 75K, like what, 2 fights
Oh,
ago?
you
Yeah,
saw that?
that's like bizarre world logic, man.
Oh, hold on. You
It's-
wanna
it's
know the
this.
best thing I heard about this? The best thing. So it was on, I think it was like Bashudio Boxing, and he wasn't saying it. I think he was showing like someone else saying it, and he said, look what he did. He did Frank Martin worse than he did Devin Haney, and he showed the scale, and there was someone saying Shakur got paid $6 million and Frank got 1, and I was like, oh nah, bro. In what universe is this a $7 million fight?
Bro, that's a lot of these guys that make these arguments, they really only fly with other people that have no common sense. Because do you think Bob? I don't want to say, you know, what I would like to
I
say.
know what
because
you
I don't-
want to say. It revolves around a certain star.
Right? Do you think Bob, of all people, is gonna spend $6-7 million for Stevenson versus Martin? Are you
No.
nuts?
On a Thursday.
It's not happening.
On a
And the only-
Thursday, bruh.
Let's be honest. It wasn't going to be no cross promotion between boxing and
No, it was going to be a nice little. Here's $1 million from a Vegas hotel for
Yep.
the site fee, and
Yep.
here's $3-4 million from the ESPN budget.
And
Bomb.
it would have did. I think it would have did in terms of ratings, right? Because fights like that actually belong on the regular schedule, not pay-per-view. Because like it or not, people were going to watch it because it's another top-ranked versus PBC
Well,
fight.
I don't think Frank was motivated very much, also because there's no way he was beating Shakur, man. I mean, it wasn't going to happen.
Bro,
You said
to
it was-
us,
he had all that energy
listen
for
to me and
Keyshawn
you is
Davis.
obvious country, but not to the Mongoloids. To me and you is
No,
like,
no, no.
yeah,
No,
you
but
was
you
gonna
said-
lose, bro.
Mongoloids,
He had all that
not the
energy for
troglodytes.
He had all
Wait,
that
You was gonna
energy.
lose, bro.
Yeah,
Wait, for the
he had all
people-
that energy to run up
No,
on Keyshawn
bro.
All right,
Davis.
one at a time. Let me go to Leo. Leo, go ahead.
No, it is obvious to them because for the people that say that Shakur is lowballed Frank Martin, they know what time it is. They know he's gonna lose his all the moment he's standing in the ring with Shakur Stevenson. That's why they're telling them, look, you are gonna lose, but at least lose for a major sum of money. No,
Now, Leo, I want to ask Leo. Leo, you have psychic Chilean Andes Mountain Chile powers. Frank pulled out. That much we know. What's next
for who?
for Frank?
It's gonna. That guy is not gonna get a Gervonta Davis fight. It's gonna.
That's where I was going, Leo. Do you think that they pulled him out to put him in the ring with Gervonta?
No, I think he's gonna sit down the next of the year.
Maybe
Fight.
Nah.
because they're not gonna get him another fight. They pulled him out because they know he was going to lose, and they prefer to lose his soul against another fighter, or maybe get another title shot next year. But no,
Let me go around the board with this. I want to go around the board. Ray, we know they pulled him out. Did they pull him out to put him in the ring with Gervonta? What do you see?
If you're saying next, absolutely not. And when I mean next for Tank, because then if that's the case, why would Isaac Cruz say no? Unless he straight up just said no for the sake of, I guess, just not fighting, which would be weird. But I think they would give it to him. But I feel like kind of like what Leo said, it's not going to be this year. It might be like the middle or maybe the back end of next year when they're like, okay, we need an opponent for Tank. Or even more so, if you look at the rankings for the WBA,
Yeah, he's there.
Martin's rated like 3. So
Yeah.
they might say, okay, you fight Isaac Cruz now, and to sell a fight with Frank, we're gonna say undefeated, top-ranked WBA guy for the WBA super title that Devin Haney doesn't have anymore.
Rick, is that what you think is going on? Do you think they pulled Frank out to fight Gervonta next, or is this something more long term?
Javante ain't fighting shit, man. That guy is pussy clot number 1. No, Tyson Fury's pussy clot number 1. Javante pussy clot number 2. That ain't happening. I think maybe it's fucking Heyman. Let's pulling his strings for like obvious reasons. You don't want to fucking make all his fighters look like garbage. So, but irrespectively, Frank Martin's like he pulled out like I did with that bitch over the weekend, man. I pulled out faster. He pulled out faster than I did. That motherfucker.
Mm. Jay, you just joined the panel. Do you believe the reason, like, do you see what Leo sees? Leo says he thinks they're going to shelve Frank Martin for what remains of this year. There's still a lot of time. Like, we're not done with September. There's still October, November, December. You think they're going to shelve him?
Yeah. Well, we all know PBC fighters are very inactive. They don't fight, so it's likely possible that they just might. Yeah, I can honestly believe that.
Either
They
that
could
or
be.
else.
They got. I mean, because does anybody recall when last time I was on here, I said I was skeptical about this fight not happening?
Mm.
And hello, here we are.
No, we don't
I
listen
mean,
to that much.
it was too. It was too. No, I mean, it was too good to be true because it was too easy. You know, like there was no issues. But you know what I thought? I figured, look, you got a guy who's 28 going on 29, right? And I figure, look, you're not about to get Gervonta because all Calvin Ford keeps talking about is Isaac Cruz. So if you're Frank Martin, this is your shot at the big time, fighting Shakur. And if you acquit yourself well, even if you lose, if you acquit yourself well, that can open other doors. So when I saw that the fight got made, I thought, finally, common sense. Just do the fight, bro. If you lose, it's not the end of the world.
I mean, your stock can still go up even if you do. That's the thing. I mean, how many times have we seen that?
Stock didn't go up till he lost to Golovkin. That's when his stock went up, when he lost.
Shakur is one of the top in the division. I mean, how can that be an embarrassment? I mean, come on.
Darren Hodges says, why don't Tank go after Shakur Stevenson instead of Cruz? I mean, I feel like the answer to that question is very obvious. But I'm like,
Shakur Stevenson would embarrass him. Let's not.
Yeah,
play
like, I feel like you shouldn't have to ask why he's like. Of course he's going after. Of course, bro.
Do y'all know what Shakur is? Do y'all know what Shakur is becoming? He's becoming the lightweight Marvin Hagler of this era. Literally, nobody wants to fight this man at all.
Yeah,
this young man. No one.
Think about it like this, guys. Al Heyman might try to maneuver the lightweight division like how he's done other divisions, like 154. The only reason why Jermell Charlo was able to be 154 undisputed is because the majority of the belts were on that side, or majority or damn near all the belts were on that side. So think about it. Devin Haney moves up. Gervonta Davis is now officially two-time two-weight world champion. Will fucking be with the WBA Super, right? Now he can put Frank Martin in place to get one of the other belts. He can probably get the DC.
I don't know about that because remember, one at a time, fellas. Remember George Kambosos versus Lomachenko. Not only is that being talked about for next year, but I anticipate that could be for the WBO.
Exactly.
You know how they don't give a fuck about the BO because think about it.
It's not that. It's that, bro. Chill out. All Gervonta has is the BA. Shakur's in line for the BC. If George is in line for the BO and they get George the BO, right? What happens? George loses to Loma. Loma unifies with Shakur. That's two. All Gervonta has is the BA. Now,
what I
think
would say is this: Al is going to put him on the IBF for Frank Martin. They do their fucking,
But isn't George lined up for that too? The IBF.
Yeah, but the other thing, Chris, the other thing is, it's not like Frank. It's not like Frank right now, especially not right now. It's not like he could turn around and fight Dick in a booty fight. You can't turn around and fight Giovanni Cabrera right now, right?
Oh, please.
But you can't though. Listen to me. You can't because you just bailed. You just bailed on Shakur, so you can't turn around and fight any old body.
Jules, you're underestimating. It's the PBC.
No. Jules is underestimating the PBC's fans, bro.
Chris,
niggas
I just looked at the IBF rankings.
So Ray, let me ask. Wait, Ray, let me ask. Ray, let me ask you. Hold up, Ray. Let me ask you. If he turned around right now and fought Joe Blow in the IBF's rank standings. I don't think he can do that. The optics would be too bad. You just
You
pulled
mean
out of
what?
a major fight for major money and a
You
title.
fuck about optics? Do
Oh,
you think
nobody
the PBC
cared.
is
I'm
a
serious.
fuck
I was
about
arguing with people that were saying shit like, yo, you know that PBC fighters, all of them make more money than top rank fighters on the regular anyway. If a person has the nerve to tell me that and get upset that I said that I don't
Oh
rate
my God.
PBC that high and then block me,
Wow,
you think that they would not be cool with that fight happening?
bro, that's crazy. I think personally, I'm leaning towards what Leo said because out of sight, out of mind. You know that shelve him. Let this shit. Let's get some heat off of him because if we send him back out there and it's not a big fight, it's gonna look bad. And fuck the internet people. Like whoever you said that, right? Fuck the internet people. Those people don't spend money on boxing. To the people that do spend money on boxing, it's gonna look bad, bro.
It already
It's gonna
does.
look horrible. The only way it's permissible is if Javante is next. That's the only way. Because then at least you could say, okay, he's fighting in a big time fight, a big pay-per-view with, a big name. But if it's not Javante, if it's Isaac, if it's Delos Santos, no, you can't. No. You're not. We already know you're not gonna make with them what you would have made with Shakur. Fuck the dumb people and fuck the dumb shit.
But
We
isn't
know
Isaac
that.
isn't Isaac next for Tank? I mean, like that's
And that's what
like
Calvin's
No,
saying.
I mean,
and
so
the
so
other
could he
thing,
could he fight the winner? Could he fight the winner of that rematch, maybe? So
I think the only way that that fight happens, I'm talking about Frank Martin versus Gervonta Davis, is Gervonta Davis goes out there and knocks out Isaac Cruz in the rematch. Because if he doesn't do that, that fight is not going to happen. I don't think the people on the PBC are really convinced, are really trustful on Gervonta Davis as a boxer that he can deliver. Because look, say what you want, Frank Martin might be a dog, but it's not a fucking bomb.
He's not a
Not,
bum. He's not a bum.
not,
I
not
give you
in the
that.
way, not in the way Isaac Cruz is a bomb, because Isaac Cruz is a fucking bomb.
He is a bum. Chris, is he a
So
bum?
He's so trash, bro. Like
He's
the
fucking
bottom of my
ass.
he's the bottom of my fucking trash can. That's how bad he is. Bums even smell better than that shit, dude.
But like
Fuck
like
out of here.
like that super chat showed, and I look, Chris, Loma and George are 1-2 in the IBF.
Yo, so yeah,
Oh.
top rank
yo,
gonna
What
control
about the WBO though? What about the WBO?
The WBO, Shakur and Loma are 1-2.
Oh. So wait a
Hello.
minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So could there be a situation where Bob pulls some strings to get Shakur both the BC and the BO?
Yes.
Very possible. We know
Possible.
Bob.
Nah,
Isn't
but
Bob-
They fuck with Bob. They do fuck with Bob.
Paco loves Bob.
I will say this though, what's it called? I don't think that's gonna happen, but in the BO, if you go a bit lower, the next two fighters there are pretty much fighters that they could pull onto ESPN anyway. One is Barenchik, who I think is an ESPN fighter. And
You're
the
talking about
other
Dennis
one
Barenchik,
is-
right? The
yeah,
Ukrainian guy?
And the other one is Angel Fierro. So
And
I
don't
really
let
have
Bob
any
say
illusions.
ain't
No,
not
that's a
about it.
match. Well, he's fighting this weekend, that guy. He's fighting on Friday on a Matchroom show.
Who's he fighting?
And
I don't know the fucking guy. Look, the only reason I even know about the card is because of Melissa Odessa.
Oh,
That's
this
literally
week. Oh,
That's this
okay.
Friday. That's
I
this
gotta watch that
Friday.
shit. I gotta watch
That's
that
the only
shit.
reason I know about the card. Like the main event, I'm gonna switch over to the top because there's two shows this Friday. There's a match,
Gonzalez and Lopez. Yeah.
right?
Damn.
I'm gonna watch the top ranked main event, but I'm gonna watch Sky and I'm gonna watch Melissa, and then I'm gonna switch over to top rank. Yeah, because I don't know Fierro. Like I don't know him. I don't fuck about him.
And don't
You know
let
what I mean?
Bob get
That's
a
crazy.
Vaquero,
Fierro didn't do
up
nothing
there.
to you.
I could
All
see
you
Bob
want-
building a
all you want is
Vaquero.
Yo,
Fierro
you
sport
seen what Vaquero said, right? He said, I'm gonna try to unify. I'm gonna try to unify in my division. If that's not rocking, let's go, Shakur.
Shakur gonna beat
Motherfucker.
the shit
But you know, Bob will
Real,
I take it.
real Mexican
Yes.
shit.
And you know, Bob will say, I like that Vaquero. We're gonna get you super to get that WBO. Shakur get the WBC.
Bro, he can get it now. He's already
what
been
I'm
a
saying.
3-time WB. Listen, real Mexican shit.
So Bob's
right?
Bob's got it laid out. Shakur gets a WBC against whoever. Vaquero gets a WBO. Loma and George get the IBF. And bang.
This is Vicente Fernandez. This is Los Tigres del Norte. This is Lucero. This is Talia. This is real Mexican shit, bruh.
Hey, I tagged you
Navarrete
in
ain't
something.
scared of Navarrete ain't scared of Shakur. He probably gonna lose, but he still ain't scared, man. He ain't no bitch.
No,
I want that
tagged
fight.
you in
I
something
want
on
that.
Twitter,
I want that
Jules.
fucking fight, y'all.
I
want
tagged
that
you on
fight.
something. Did you see that clip of the dude that the chick was like, "Hey, what's up?" Like she thought he was said something cool.
Oh,
And
I
then he
seen
fumbled.
that, and the dude started giggling and shit.
He
Like, bro, so
fumbled
I
and stuttered. Has anybody happened to anybody? That never happened to me.
know that had
What-
never happened to me, bro.
What
That
happened?
dude.
Say it again.
Look, the dude hollered at the joint, right? The joint was a bad joint. The dude hollered at the joint, and then she actually she was giving him rhythm, and when she gave him rhythm, like she with it, he's like, like, what's wrong with you, bro? This
He
shit is
legit
yo,
fumbled the pussy.
yo,
Oh
Yo.
my
yo.
God!
I
who the
really
hell
thought
was this?
that was a skit, and I'm like, yo, you know what? With this generation, that shit fuck around is 100%. Like, yeah, this dude, the bitch trying to get with it, and you just sitting there giggling like a Japanese schoolgirl.
That is
Look,
sad, bro.
I'm like, bro, all you had to do was say your name, bro.
That yo, dudes these days is wild, bro. You know what it is? I think he used to catcalling broads, and they don't say nothing back.
Yeah,
And
bro.
when
He
once
didn't
they
get
said
prepared.
back, he was
Bro, if I was there, I'd be
starstruck.
like, bro, you need to step your game up, bro. That shit was whack.
Nah, step your
That
game up.
joint was
is a
bad. She
understatement.
was a cute joint.
I tell you, ejaculated her face, bro.
Man, if you're doing that, you need more than game. You need therapy.
Bruh. You need to be sponsored by somebody or some shit. But I could believe that was real because this generation is weird like that. Like I could totally see that happening. And wonder, like,
That
what the
shit
fuck
sounds like an
wrong with
old
you,
Spice
bro?
commercial
What are you,
or
Michael
something, bro.
Jackson or some shit?
Bro, the dude, yo, watch tag Jay to the video. The dude dead ass started giggling like
He said
somebody
so.
said it to me.
She
Somebody
asked
said it to
him,
me. I'll
"What's
watch
your
it.
name?" And he tried to do some slick shit like him. I am like I'm him. Like
I'm
come on, bro.
him. That's
Man,
that is the
I'm glad
biggest
that
I
didn't,
am not him moment of this year, bro.
I'm glad that didn't happen in front of me because I'd have been making fun of his ass.
Now let me ask you this, Joe, real quick, Jules. Where were you this time in 2001, 9/11? Were you?
I was at school. Oh well, all right. At this time right now, I was either when did I get home? I
When the
got
first
home.
tower got hit?
No. When the first in the morning, I was at school. But at this time, I know where I was at this time. At this time, none of the cell phones were working. Right. A lot of the people on my block that I used to be at, they didn't know what happened, but they knew I went to school down there. They couldn't get in contact with me, so they were worried. And I showed up on the block, even though I had a fever, because I went to school sick that day. And it was worse because I exerted myself walking from Chambers Street all the way up to 34th. Then when I got to 34th, my sisters and some of the people from the block, they came and scooped me up in a van, and then we went uptown, right? So I rested when I got home. I rested, and I remember a phone call getting through. It got through, but the phone still wasn't working right. It was like, yo, come. No, matter of fact, it wasn't a phone call. They came to my block. Right. They knocked on my door. It was 8 o'clock. My man's in front. They're like, yo, what happened? We didn't know what happened because we knew you was down. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I just got a fever because I'm tired. So I got dressed. I went outside. I chilled for like 2 hours just to show my face. Like, yeah, I'm good. Nothing happened to me. I'm good. I seen the whole thing. Da 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 da. And that's what I was literally doing at this time on 9/11 all them years ago. I was outside. I had a fever like 102, 103. But I went outside like, yeah, I'm good. Nothing happened to me. I'm just sick.
It
it's
didn't help
times
walking
like
through all
that.
the ash and all that shit.
It's
Well,
times
no,
like that.
I wasn't a dummy. When the
Yeah.
first one pancaked, I walked up like, oh
I'm getting the
shit,
fuck
I'm
out of
out.
here.
I'm out. And then I
No,
look
but
back,
it's
I'm
like,
already
Jules.
away. When I look back at the second one, I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, I'm out.
Bro, you know
Yeah,
what's
I would have
funny?
been too. Shit.
Hold on though. I'm actually kind of glad I am a dumbass because like, listen, I could have went to Stuyvesant, right? And that's right next door to the Twin Towers, bro. You couldn't have met me. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, like my school, well, I was in community college at the time. That's Borough Manhattan Community College.
Oh, BMCC.
You can BMCC. You can look it up on a map, the proximity to BMCC, the main building, and where the towers were, you know, that they're close to each other, that I could see the people jumping off that shit and all of that. And when the first one fell, like I always tell a story, right before the first one fell, everything just got really quiet. You had to be there. Everything got really quiet for a split second, and you could hear the it was the metal in the building giving out, and then it pancaked them. And while bitches standing there screaming, and everyone like, "Oh fuck that, I'm out."
Yeah.
Leave, like fuck that.
You know what?
And
You're gonna think I'm nuts, too. But you know what? It never occurred to anybody. If I worked in one of them towers, I'd have had a fucking parachute up there with me in case some shit like that ever
I
happened.
mean, shit.
I'm
I mean,
serious.
You never
You think I'm
predict
stupid?
those
I
things
probably
like
sound
happening,
stupid to a lot of people.
no,
but I
no,
swear
no.
to
I
God,
mean, shit. Like,
I
shit.
would've.
Plan ahead. Who the fuck
Shit.
is that? Now, anyway, so the
Hey,
second
by the way,
one.
Jules, Danny Lopez says he thought you were an alien. You're not supposed to get sick.
Well, I was still. Well, aliens get sick from time to time. So, the
He
first
got
one
sick when he got
falls.
here.
The first one falls. I start walking. Some people are just still standing around screaming. And bear in mind, at least in my experience, I did not know that that was an attack until maybe a half an hour to an hour later when I got to 34th Street, because there were people outside with televisions. I had just got off the train and I saw smoke billowing from the buildings. I didn't know that a plane hit it. I get out, I talk to somebody like, yo, what happened? It's like, I think there was a gas main exploded or some shit. That's what they told me. I'm like, gas main. I didn't know that a plane hit the shit. I didn't know nothing about what was going on. So to my knowledge, oh, this is just some fucked up shit that happened. The vibe in the city, because it was an attack, was crazy, bro. It was just, you had to be there. Like, yo,
Yeah.
it was some bugged out shit. Like, we got attacked by who? Who the fuck is attacking us?
Yo,
We
I
do
didn't
all the
even get home
attacking.
until, like,
Well,
the
hey,
fucking
Jules, you know the
evening.
weird part is, though, even though the two towers got hit by planes, building number 7 didn't get hit by anything, and it went straight down like they did.
Yeah, I mean, I
Full demolition.
look, I've heard all the theory, the conspiracy theory, but there's another plausible explanation. When you have two buildings the size of the Empire State Building and they collapse, the structural integrity of the surrounding buildings is going to give out. Building 7 was nowhere near as big as the World Trade Center, but both of them going down within proximity of it, the foundations of this smaller building, they're getting shaken. So maybe the reason it went down was because, well, these two big shits just went down.
I'm not going conspiracy theory, but the weird part was how it fell in on itself on the top. The way it
I ain't going front. That's the one thing that people tell me that stands out to me is that it fell like a demolition job.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Exactly. Both of them.
All three of them did.
Well, no, did you? They found a footage of Donald Trump talking on the news that as it was happening. He's like, I've been in a lot of construction towers. Like, this looks fishy. Like the day of it,
bro. Because the thing is that you know when they set up those explosives the way that they do, they set them up so that it pancakes, so that it doesn't just fall over on other buildings, right? And that both of them went down the way that they did. It's like, that's just weird. I mean, like, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, and that was hours before, hours after. Like, that was like 5 p.m. bro. It fell down.
No, see, Building 7 going out does not surprise me. I'm not surprised that it went down, and I'm not surprised when it went down, because like I said, the structural integrity of the building, it's possible that it could have given out because of what was happening around it. That two huge buildings just went down.
I mean,
so that might have shaken this one.
But the way it went down, though, man, it just buildings don't naturally fall in on themselves, bro.
That's what stands out. That like it went down like a controlled explosion. That's how.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yes.
It pancaked. I'm like, from a plane hitting it.
Well, there's
man.
They got some old pictures from like the 30s or the 40s, where a plane hit one of those buildings, tall buildings. I think it was in New York or one of those cities.
A guy flew a plane into it. Yeah,
the building didn't go down. Only
the plane.
It was
the
wrecked.
plane that hit it wasn't as big as those two planes, though. The
That's
plane
true.
it wasn't anywhere near as big. Look, we could get into the conspiracy thing. I don't dismiss it because to me anything is possible. It's entirely possible that yeah, they did that. They needed an excuse to go to the Middle East and wage war to get oil.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate excuse. So I could believe that. Like, yeah, that seems possible, plausible.
I mean, I'm
even.
not trying to go conspiracy theory, but there were some really strange things that went on during that. That's all I'm
I
saying.
mean, I can believe it. Like what people say, yeah, I can believe that. It's just that I don't give in that easily. I'm not going to run around saying, "Well, this is what happened." No, this is what some people think, and I could see that. I could see that, but I could also see that. You know what? We do piss a lot of fucking people off, don't
Yes, we
we?
do. Yes,
yeah.
We are not liked around the world, so that maybe we pissed off the wrong people. Look, when you think about Black
Dude,
September,
a lot of
when
countries are tired of us, for real.
when you think about Black September, right? Not to say that one is worse than the other, but I feel like if that would have happened to us as opposed to it happening to Israel, right? Bro, people would be scared to death. When you think about what they did, they literally kidnapped the Olympians and executed them ahead of the Olympics. They literally kidnapped those Olympians and executed them, right? And then they just absconded. And they were never brought to justice for it. They just went on to live their lives. Now, if you know anything about it, mysteriously, all of them died, right? The movie Munich is based on that, but there are parts of it that are fabricated, for artistic purposes.
Yeah, you got to Hollywood it up every time. Sometimes
You got to Hollywood the shit up. You got to, explain the shit. But that shit happened, bro. They literally kidnapped a bunch of Olympians and executed them. It's fucking horrible, bro.
Mm.
It's horrible. Could you imagine if they did that to Clarissa Shields?
Oh, Jules, why you got to take
You guys
there?
have to go to war.
Damn.
There's no. You have to look.
Dude, you sick, man. You was sick, man.
Can you imagine?
Crazy, Jules.
Well, she wouldn't be calling out Keith.
She probably hit him with
Maybe
the
a
jab.
formal apology. Maybe a formal apology will suffice.
Formal apology. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying that we for many years, the biggest difference for me, having lived through that and being here now, is that before that happened, we didn't think that we could be touched. Or at least I, as an American, did not feel that war would ever come to us. I never thought that. And remember, there was the bombing in Madrid and all these different places that they have their issues and all this different stuff. But I didn't, as an American, I felt like we don't live in a war-torn country. When we go to war, we take the war over there. The war doesn't come to us. There's not war in the streets, you know what I mean? So that was surreal that at least the cover story is that they brought the war to us. Like, yeah, we're gonna set it on y'all. We're gonna do some crazy shit. And that was the story. So my perception of the world definitely changed after that. They're like, wow, anybody could get got. Because them dudes just literally dropped the building. They literally dropped the whole not just a building either, a monumental building, a landmark of American excellence and the Big Apple and all that shit.
What was weird was also too was the way they just scooped everything up afterwards and like took it all away right away without really a major investigation.
No,
that bothered me.
That's not how that happened. That took weeks. I know that because I was not able. There's a building in BMCC. I don't even know if it's still there, but there used to be a building called the Fitterman Building. And I was unable to go to the Fitterman Building because of the debris cleanup. I spent the entire term, certain of my classes were moved to trailers. They were supposed to be in the Fitterman Building. And I had to go to a trailer. A bunch of us, not just my class, a bunch of classes were then moved to trailers around the side of the school because normally they would be in the Fitterman Building. But due to the cleanup and the air quality being so bad, we couldn't go there.
Dude, so many people got like lung cancer from those buildings.
Yeah, you might qualify for a settlement, Jules.
Hey, I'm still here, bro.
Hey, Jules, Gambit fan was asking you to drop the link in the chat, man. I don't know if you want to or not.
All right, I'll drop him a link. And yeah, so with that, the cleanup wasn't right away. Like if anybody said that it was, that took weeks. That was not right away. That took a long time to
It did.
clean up all that debris and all that stuff. So but yeah, man. God, that was so long ago, bro. It doesn't even feel like it was that. At least not for me. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago. But
What,
yeah.
12 years?
No.
I mean, it's longer than that, isn't it?
22.
Isn't it longer than that? That's about 20, close to
22
20
years.
years.
22 years ago.
Oh, sorry, my
Yeah,
bad.
man,
Yeah,
it
22
was that
years.
damn
Yeah.
long ago. I mean, it just it
About
seems like
22
it was
years.
like yesterday almost. You know?
I mean, for me, it does. Maybe it's because I wasn't, even though I was obviously I was younger than I am now, but I wasn't a child. Like I was in college. I wasn't a child. I was in college during
I
that
remember
time.
I was in 7th grade. That shit was all over the TVs in the classroom.
Yeah, shit was
I
scary,
couldn't
man.
even watch
Yeah,
it.
I
had to get
remember seeing
home.
that. My buddy called me, and I turned on the TV and was in shock. Like, oh my god, what
Yeah.
the?
Yeah,
Because like when they
and
told
like I
me in
said,
class that the Twin Towers are gone, I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, what do you mean it's
oh
gone?
yeah, man.
I'm
And
just
then
glad I wasn't there. I was there in Manhattan like the year before at a friend's wedding, and like I'm glad that I wasn't there when that happened, man. Because I would have been,
Yeah.
I would have did
and,
what you
and
did.
what,
I'd have
what
been
really
shocked.
what really amplified it, if you were on the ground like I was, remember that communications were down, the cell towers were down, so you had to use landlines to communicate with people. Back in those days, remember they still had phone booths that you could go
Yep.
to. So I
Oh
Yeah.
went to a
yeah.
phone booth, called
That's probably
call
because the NYPD and the fire department probably took over the switchboards.
yeah, so I called my sis or whatever, and like, yo, I'm downtown. Da, 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 da. And she's like, yo, that's not the only one. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's not the only one they hit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then, like, yo, I'm look, I told her, I'm like, this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna walk to 34th from over here now. I'm at 34th. Meet me at 34th at Herald Square. I'm gonna be in front of the Macy's and have Gary swing by or whatever. And I think I was in Chelsea when I said that. I was either in Chelsea or approaching Chelsea. But what blew my mind is while I was on the phone with her, she was like, yo, that's not the only one. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? Because I had not yet known this is an attack. It's a coordinated attack. It's
Because
kind
they
of,
hit the Pentagon too, right?
yeah.
Deacon.
And bueno, verdad, because we don't know. We
Because
don't know.
I didn't even
De
see
eso
no
no
plane
hablan, bro.
footage, man. I mean,
Pero
it's supposed to study the shape of the plane when you hit the fucking building.
I don't. To this day, all I could tell you is while I was there, I was getting out of the train after the first planes. No, I didn't see either of the planes hit. When I got out of the train, I think that was either the one train or the two train because I had to go to Chambers Street, and
Yeah,
it had just got decommissioned, meaning that they literally announced it as we were getting off. The train has been decommissioned. Exit the station. What the fuck going on? I get out, I look up, the sky is black. There's smoke everywhere. You know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck is going on. But I didn't get to see a plane hit. So for those because there's a big debate, did a plane hit it? Who would have been looking up to know that a plane was gonna hit it? There's a big debate about them. Like, hey man,
Well,
all I know
also
is
too,
I
where the
didn't
hell
see
was the
that.
debris at? Because they said it disintegrated, but I don't believe that. Most plane wrecks leave debris.
I mean, yeah, but among all that debris, country, it's not like there was a lot of debris, in other words, and people were scrambling to clean that stuff up because of the air quality. Like the irony of it, right? Look, this is irony, right? So a couple of years after that happens, right? I'm still young. I get a job near Vesey Street. This was a Eckerd pharmacy. Eckerd. That they used to have Eckards in New York. They don't have them anymore, to my knowledge. Come to find out that they were storing all the dead fucking bodies in the fucking Eckerd that I was like,
Whoa.
really?
Oh,
Oh,
Like,
fuck.
shit.
really? The pieces, the body parts, whatever they could find that they needed somewhere to put it because there was so much. Remember, it was thousands of people that died in that shit.
Yeah,
que
there
no la
was.
gente estaba brincando del edificio, bro,
They
to
were.
not burn alive.
I,
That
I
was
saw that.
crazy,
I
bro.
saw that for myself. I saw it, and
Oh man.
You know, I felt sorry for the people who fell or had to
Por
jump off
eso,
the top of the damn building. To
I
their
yeah,
eso
mean,
fue
death.
lo
I mean,
traumado, like.
Damn, you
I
so you
thought
didn't
they
so you
were.
didn't
I
get
thought
or
they
they got
were.
trucked
I
under.
thought they were pieces of paper that I was looking at because my eyes is shit. Now, one thing I remember about that day was the sky was very blue. It was very blue that day. It was a nice looking day
Beautiful.
outside. It was sunny, and I look up and I'm thinking that these are pieces of paper that are falling off the shit. but the bitches keep screaming like, "Ah!" I'm like, "Oh shit, that's not paper. Those are people." Yeah, your shit
Oh,
was wild, bro.
Yeah, man.
hey,
Shit was
question:
wild.
They
what
pretty
fights do
much.
we have coming up on this weekend, man?
We got the Matchroom show, and we got Lopez versus Gonzalez.
More importantly, you didn't get no World is Coming to an End Armageddon pussy during all that.
No, I had a fucking fever, bro. I was trying to get uptown, like, bro.
Well, like the
Bro,
next day.
later on in the later on in the week,
Who was
yes.
your
But
joint
at that time,
time? What was she?
I was not attached to nobody. I was just fucking. All right, I was
Okay.
just fucking and getting my dick wet. I
Who
was
was
not
she? Was she
attached at that
Dominican?
time.
You remember
It was a
Dominican?
black joint. It was a black
Okay.
joint uptown, if you must know. Right,
My
but I
man.
was not with nobody at that time. Now
Chulo,
I did know my wife at that time, but we were not together at that time. Didn't
Right.
know her at that
Make sure
time,
you
but we were not
specify that.
together at
You
that
guys
time.
friends before you married? You were friends?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, and around that time it was chaos because I don't think people in New York realized, like, yeah, we could be gotten to, because that was the shit that made it scary. They're like, yo, they could get us. They fucking knocked the building down, bro. Like, they could get us. And I would say the whole week or the whole 2 weeks or that whole month, it just changed your way of thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Around downtown, there were murals of people that were in the building. There were murals like family members posting shit of people. You see their
Photos,
faces,
Yeah.
faces, and all the people that was in that shit, bro. That it was wild, bro. It was
You know
wild.
what?
Like,
What I found really sad was the people who knew they were going to die and they were in the buildings and they texted their loved ones like a last message before they died.
yeah.
You know, like that.
And you know that's why that scene in Batman versus Superman hit me so hard, bro. When they was fighting in that building,
Oh
it was,
yeah, the opening. Yeah, the opening. Yeah,
was
yeah. The
very
Batman
similar. Like, it was just what you would imagine it.
I mean,
Like,
country. I heard tapes. I heard the tapes, man. Just moments before it collapsed.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
And like I
man.
said, if you were there right before the first one, I don't know what it was. Everybody just got real fucking quiet for a second. And you could hear the metal inside the building buckle right before it pancaked. That shit was crazy, bro. That shit was crazy. But you know.
Anybody remember what Mark Wahlberg said? How he said that if he was on the plane, he would
Yeah, bro.
Did anybody?
But at the same time, can I tell you this, Jay? People started, what made people suspicious, right? Especially pieces of shit like me. We all uptown, and we getting the bits and pieces of information that are coming out. And then we all like, yo, so y'all let a dude, because he got a knife, y'all let the dude fly a plane into a building? They ain't had no guns? Because remember, that's the details that was coming out. They're like, they didn't
that's
hijack it.
bullshit, man. I'm sorry.
They didn't hijack it with no guns. They said they hijacked it with a couple of sharp objects, some knives, and we was up. I remember me and all my mans and them, everywhere I went, like, yo, they really hijacked a whole plane with a cup. You couldn't have tied a sweater around your shit.
Where the fuck is Bomac?
Dude, all you do is use a nice.
What the fuck, man?
All you do is use a nice jacket, man, and throw,
all the
and the other shit is it ain't even like you. It ain't even like you for Delph. Like, yo, I'm approaching from the front, get him from the back. He ain't gonna get all of us, man. Like,
no, and you look at all the redacted information, all the shit how they say they hijacked it. It's a false flag. There's no way around it.
Like I said, when somebody feels that entire thing is suspicious to them, I do understand, because it's like, yo, so y'all really sat in y'all seat. Y'all sat in y'all seat because old boy got a box cutter. Nobody is mad people on this plane.
I think the only thing that one flight
it's a tragedy
in Pennsylvania, they fought back. That's why it crashed in Pennsylvania.
No, but the thing is, it's a tragedy. It was fucked up. But the people that did it weren't the people that did it.
I don't. Who playing guitar?
Because you know how the fuck they gonna find the passports to the guy? All the bullshit. It's just like, okay, false flags happen.
A lot of it. Look, like I said, a lot of that shit.
Steel, but the plane disintegrated, but the passport somehow made it.
A lot of that shit. Like I said, a lot of that shit. I don't get too into it because it's simple. If Drew tells me, yo, I don't think that shit is what they said, I'm be like, yeah, I don't blame you. If you do believe it, yeah, I don't blame you neither. Like, anything is possible, bro. It's the government. Like, we really acting like they share power. They don't. They're owned by the corporate. No, listen.
Okay, about
Wait. This is the part that's not a conspiracy. This is not a conspiracy. These politicians are bought. If you don't know that, you must. I don't know. You must live under a rock. They're
Hey, dude,
bought.
you got a super chat, bro.
All of them are bought. They're owned by the people that lobby for them. So don't think in your head they sharing power with you.
They
They not.
scammers,
Um,
they scammers just like the brick lady. Did you see that shit?
Yeah, what? Yo, but I knew, yo, bro. You know what the shit was? Cause the bitch ugly as shit. I didn't want to say nothing bad because I was like, damn, this bitch ugly as shit. And I ain't even talking about. I'm like, this big bubble butt, ugly ass bitch talking all this shit.
Who's ugly?
The bitch that got hit with
The
the
brick
brick.
lady, the fake
Oh,
brick lady.
Brick bitch. I'm like, you talk, you know, I didn't want to say nothing bad because I'm not that beta that's mad at you. I'm not mad at you because I don't want nothing that you got, feel me? But I'm just saying that for you was posting videos talking shit about men this and men that, and men this and men that, and men this and men that, right? But who you was asking for help? Me.
No, and then
Yeah, I mean
that digital
you
y'all
can-
fella, that digital footprint don't lie. They went back and found GoFundMe's of her since
Bro, they
2019.
doxed the shit out
Right.
that bitch, and I'm like, see,
Right.
and that's the other shit. She remind me of this scamming ass bitch I knew from the Bronx, cause she got that raspy, the brick bitch. She got that raspy voice, like you got fucking laryngitis or some shit. She remind me of this bitch I know, and off of that, I was like, yeah, I don't believe this bitch. How you got hit with
I
a
mean-
brick? You got hit with a brick.
Oh
but
no,
you not cut. You got hit with a
Not
brick,
no
and all you
scratches.
got is
No,
a welt.
she got hit, but nah, dude, she was running around slapping
No,
like.
that's not it.
No, bro. The story is she did not get hit, bro. The story is that's an allergic reaction that literally happened to her before.
Really?
Yes.
Mhm.
They saying that's a histamine reaction because there's another video with a bitch with the same kind of swelling, and she's saying the same shit and starts a GoFundMe, and people send her money off of that. And they said that in the
Nah,
video
bro.
you see the bitch did that periodically for 3 years.
Yeah, they
Yo, how
found
do you- hold
GoFundMe's
on,
all the way
hold on,
back
hold
to
on.
2019, yo. Like it was like
The
they found
How
her.
do you
Legit,
get hit with-
bruh.
Hold on,
Dude,
though. How do you get hit with a
that
brick?
broad was racist on top of
But
it
how
too,
do,
man.
hold on. How do you get hit with a brick and not be unconscious?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I got hit with a baseball bat right here, and I wasn't unconscious.
You
I
a
was
grown ass
drunk,
man,
though.
bro. What the
I
hell?
was.
Yo, like,
Yo, some of these bitches is strong, bro. You see that?
Would you get hit in the face or what?
Yeah, right here, a long time ago. It didn't leave nothing though. It didn't
You get
leave
knocked
nothing.
out?
Fuck.
Look, I lost my sneaker. But I was told that you must have been on autopilot because when you got it just said boom, and you just.
What
You probably rode with the shot. You probably
It's a
rode with it.
crazy story, bro. It's just a crazy story. But no, I was not unconscious.
She got hit with a
You got
brick.
Iron Jordan, bro.
If she got
I'm
hit
all
with
right.
a brick, it was Frank Dukes, and the dent mock didn't leave no marks.
Yeah.
And I did lose. I lost one of my Air Force Ones though. I lost. It's a long story. To make to back to this bitch. They said that it's suspicious, which I thought was suspicious. Like, yo, I've been hit by shit before. That's not. I mean, I don't know at all, but it doesn't look like you got hit by a brick. That does look like a histamine reaction. Like all you have at the very most, I'm like, I mean, it
Yeah.
could be a hematoma, like what Holyfield got, but what Rockman got. I mean, but Rockman didn't get hit with a brick. He got hit with a glove. You saying
Yeah.
you got hit with a brick and you not
Even if-
cut, you not bleeding?
Let
With a
me just
brick
say that
that's
even
not
if- even if
smooth,
that
got
is true,
edges.
right?
You got basically hit with a rock.
That's what I'm telling
Yeah.
you. Like, and you not
Even
bleeding?
if that is true, like, yo, she basically went out of her way to prove a point. You came
What
looking
the-
for it.
Nah, because the shit is they saying she lying. She didn't get hit with a brick. It's an allergic reaction that she periodically has. Maybe one that she's triggering for sympathy. They said the club owners who have cameras outside of that club 24/7, they said there is no footage of her being hit by anyone, right?
Right.
And the second point that was raised was, well, there were people that said they were there, that they said they saw it happen, but they didn't do anything. And then the retort was, well, they could have been in on the scam. because if nothing else, there is evidence that she's done this before.
I mean, you
She'll.
could have gone to the police.
They said she didn't file it for the 3 times that she claims to have been assaulted. She never filed a police report. She just makes GoFundMe accounts.
There you
Saying,
go.
Scam.
saying,
Hey,
like,
Jules,
Yeah,
it
bro.
look like what it look like, B.
You got another
Yeah.
super chat behind this one, so
Manny said Bomac would have stopped them with his P. Shout out to Bomac, wherever you are, B. Free Bomac, yo.
Hey, Bomac, I bet you Bomac's down about 15, 20 pounds now.
Probably he gonna get out that shit swole in a
Hey,
motherfucker,
can you
bro.
imagine eating that
No,
bullshit
no, they're
mushroom?
bringing
Imagine
them
that.
Cheetos, man.
Imagine that British
Hang the fuck
breakfast.
out of
Bro.
here.
Who wants to
Bro,
eat
it
them
must
fucking
suck.
nasty mushrooms and sliced tomato and beans? For
Bro, they giving them, yo, I know Bomac not eating in there because that's an English prison. They food is disgusting on the outside. What the fuck do you imagine
Oh
they
my
feed their
God,
prisoners?
They ain't got no
That
Cheetos.
shit tastes like paper, man.
Hey,
Bro.
They shit is
Bomac,
disgusting on
bro,
the outside is nasty, the shit they
Bomac
eat.
is going through Cheeto puff withdrawals, yo.
Bro, they don't got Cheetos. Let me tell you one thing, B. They don't got Cheetos in England, bro. They got motherfucking Twinkies with cockroaches
I
in them.
had a question for
No
you.
offense to sporting
Mexicans,
icons and the rest
we
of them.
snack on.
I'm saying that for when they play this back so they could get mad at me.
I was
Hey,
gonna
They
ask
find
you,
me.
don't
Jules.
disrespect Viola
Mexicans,
Davis like
we snack on queso fresco with our beans and
Queso
tomatoes.
fresco, coño, y
What
queso
what?
frito también. Who had the cheese that you could
Yeah.
fry? The
No,
I
no,
don't
white
know what that is,
cheese.
but it
what
sounds
cheese?
delicious.
oh
What
man,
cheese?
queso fresco. That's
Yeah.
what's
What
up.
cheese do
that.
Dominicans snack on with like their beans and shit?
No, that's the
Tropical.
shit. We eat the cheese that you could fry with longaniza.
Yeah,
Okay.
Pause.
they
Pause.
got it.
We eat. It's a sausage. It's a certain type of sausage that I always used to eat with my cheese that I could fry. I'm trying to remember the name of the. Isn't it queso fresco?
Okay,
And it has
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
picture. And it has a picture of the sun on it or some
Okay,
shit
you
like
guys ate the
that.
same
Yeah,
thing.
it
You
is.
just
It
snack on
is.
it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a half
So,
circle
Hey,
green
fuck that,
logo.
man.
Yeah, and
I'll take me some mofongo,
Red
man.
rays.
And
You
then
know?
you have that with your coffee, huh?
yeah, it was
so
my
we're not
shit.
so different
Undefeated
after
said
all.
the brick bitch look like Vought. Now, no, she don't. No, she don't
Nah.
say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
You
Don't
hit that,
I'll
Jules?
say her
Don't
voice.
You hit
disrespect.
that
Her
brick,
voice
bitch?
Nah,
matches
nah,
her
nah. Like I
personality.
said, the real reason, like I was gonna say some mean shit, cause I'm like, yo, I hate the sound of this bitch voice. Like the brick bitch. I'm like, yo, you sound like
Hey, how
you
does
sound like somebody that I really don't like. I'm like, damn, this bitch is wild ugly. Like that
how does she
bitch.
look? I've
Bro,
never
the
seen her.
bitch,
Who don't know
she
what you're
just
talking
got a
about?
she just got a fucked up looking face and shape. Like she had
Oh.
like the bubble. See, she had a fat OS, right? She had that, but she had like a for real pop belly. Like you could see it in one of the videos that she did where she slapped the dude when she walked off. Like, yo, bitch, why you shaped like that? Like, you really out here shaped like a hippo. Like, yeah, you got an ass, but you ugly as fuck. And then with the shit,
Yes.
the bitch
So
is
Jules,
crying. Wait, hold up. The bitch is crying, and I'm like, yo, this bitch is wild ugly. So I didn't feel no sympathy. I'm like, yo, can you shut the fuck up? Like, and look, I'm suspicious of anybody that points a camera in their face and they're crying. When shit hits you hard, you do not turn on a camera and start
Yeah.
like,
You got
nah,
the
like
wherewithal
I
to
would
do
never film
that,
myself
but
crying. That's
but
something I
you're
never
hurt.
do.
No, man.
Film myself
You
crying. I
you
never do
fucking
that.
lying.
yeah, that's the name of the shit. AB said it, tropical. The cheese that you could fry, tropical. Bomac versus Reynoso. Who's gonna outfit bro? Mac already won
Bomac
that
all
war.
day, bro.
Mac already won that war.
Eddie
But yeah,
Reynoso ain't even that fat, really. No,
he
he ain't even
just a
that.
stocky dude. He not really like a for real fat dude. He a stocky dude. But yeah, the brick bitch. I don't know. Like I just felt like yeah, this bitch is scamming. Like something not right about this shit.
okay, so
'Cause-
Jules, I got one query, man. If your plane goes down, castaway styles, and she's the only bitch with you, you're gonna smash that shit, right? That
Hell
brick
yeah.
bitch. Yeah,
Hell
see
yeah.
that? You
Think I'm
dirty,
not?
grimy motherfucker, man.
You
That's
just
straight
said
up.
you just laid it out for what the fuck you think I'm gonna be on doing? I'm gonna fuck.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be fucking my hand forever. No,
So
something gotta
Jules,
give, bro.
Don't call her Wilson.
who's your between who you taking, Jules?
Figures of
Who you
Jules
taking? Your
from
favorite
Cape Long, Ohio.
80s action heartthrob or 90s?
What you talking about? Like what on an island?
Who's your baddest joint in the 80s in the movies?
It's too many, bro. It's Kelly LeBrock. It's
Kelly
Vanity. It's Ray
LeBrock.
Don
Okay,
Chon. It's
and
Lisa
in the 90s, who
Bonet.
is it? In the 90s, who is it?
In the 90s, it's other ones like Claudia Schiffer, Cindy Crawford. Was
Sharon
the
Stone.
Prime Common Electra? 'Cause
Who
she
you
was at
taking? Your
the time.
80s
yeah.
80s joints or your 90s joints?
90s.
80s.
I see. It's that
80s.
Maria
It's a
Conchita
better.
Alonso. He
It's
loves
a
her.
better. It's just a better caliber joint. Like in the 90s, they was a little bit obsessed with blondes, and blondes was never my thing.
And the
But
plastic surgery started coming out.
yeah, and the fake titties, like the big, like yo, them shits ain't even titties. They globules. Like them, those are not titties. Shits is
One of my
globules.
one of my joints when she was a 40-year-old, I was like 25, 30. She had fucking fake tits. I'm like, oh my, I don't want to. I'll fuck you from the back. I don't
Yeah,
want to
like when you would see, you know, like yeah, I thought that Pamela Anderson was very pretty in the face. But I was one of the few people that I wasn't bugging off her tits because I'm like, yo, titties don't look like
I'd rather
that.
see on Baywatch Carmen Electra or Yasmin.
There you go, Yasmin Bleeth or Carmen Electra or Nicole Eggert before. Like, yeah, Pamela was real pretty in the face.
Remember Mia Campbell from In the House.
Bang, right? But or Tracy Bingham was on there very briefly.
Yes.
She was on Baywatch, the chocolate joint, and I'm like, yeah, Pamela was bad. Like, I don't take nothing from her, but her titties didn't use. I'm like, yo, them shits don't look real. It looked like two earths. Some people
because we also had
we
had prime Julia Roberts too. Like fuck Pam.
Yeah, pretty woman Julia Roberts.
Hey, Jules, OGG says you're talking about queso fundido if you're talking about that dish with white melted queso and chorizo. Depending, he says they add other ingredients depending upon where you have it in Mexico.
Oh yeah, but I don't eat it that way. Like I don't eat it with chorizo. The way that we eat it was with longaniza. I don't. That's a different type of sausage. I know it sounds funny.
It's the same thing, but just different.
It's because you know what's wrong with it? It's called longaniza. Long, you know what I mean? Like,
you know what it is?
That's the name, bro. I didn't name that shit.
No,
that's
you know
the
why?
name.
Here's because he's not telling the truth, y'all. Because I seen a TikTok where the brother was like, Dominican joints, they'll call your shit longaniza if you serving pipe.
Look, the point is, bro. The point is, look, the point is, 80s joints to me were better than 90s joints, and Pamela was overrated. To me, she was overrated. Like, yeah.
Hey, Jules, what's the name of that chick? What's the name of the Miley chick in a kickboxer? What's her real? You know her real name?
I don't know her real name, but yeah, it was a like. For example, I was more bugged out off of Homegirl and Karate Kid 2 than Pam Anderson.
Oh yeah.
And she was also in the Joy Luck Club. It's the same actress. Like she was the Japanese actress of you know, like the 90s and early that pocket of time in the 90s, man.
Yeah, I got you.
That was like the joint. And I was more bugged out off of that joint than Pam. Like I figured like, yo, yeah, all like nothing against the white guys. I don't got nothing against y'all. But I'm like, yeah, all the white guys like Pam. Because she got the big ass breasts. And they really like breasts. I was an ass guy, so that didn't bug me out.
Shit, I was always an ass man. Ever since I was
an ass guy. Like I'm
always.
a Spanish guy. Like I don't really care about like titties like that. Like ass.
Titties ain't. You haven't had much emphasis on titties for me.
I ain't discriminating.
I like a good balance of both, man. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's cool too.
Yeah, but I just no. But you know that culturally, I felt, especially with the Farrah Fawcett era, because I feel like Farrah Fawcett ushered in that like of a big bust, right? Skinny women with a big bust. You notice that transition from the 80s into the 90s that they would have rail thin joints, right? They don't even got much of an ass, but they just have these huge fucking breasts. And it's like, that's not my thing. Be like that's I'm not a boob guy. I'm ass
you can kind of tell when they're fake and when they aren't. You know what I mean?
No, you can you can.
Yes.
Right? Like
that you can for sure.
Real boobs don't just sit, bro. They hang a little bit. It's a little droop, like titty go down a little bit, little dog nose. Titty be like motherfucking boob don't just be sitting there like motherfucking Vegeta looking at everybody. That's how you know that shit not real.
You got two super chats, Jules.
Titty just sitting there looking at people like, yo, why?
Like it's a radar or something.
They got folds.
Jules, country. Let me ask you guys, who's the chick who played Daisy in Deuce of Hazzard?
Oh, Catherine Bach or something like
You
that.
talking about the real Dukes of Hazzard, right?
Yeah,
Not Jessica
Catherine
Simpson,
Bach.
because you
No,
know they.
he's talking about the
No,
original.
who was that?
Yeah.
Remember her name? Who was that?
80s.
Catherine Bach, I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
That was my crunch, man.
She was bad back in the day, not no more, but she was bad back then.
Shout out to Julio. How about the Asian chick from Rumble in the Bronx? I remember.
Yeah, I remember her. Yep.
I remember.
Oh, yeah.
Maturity has made me appreciate Alexandra Paul on Baywatch. Didn't as a kid, but yes, she was. Like, I ain't gonna front. I didn't really appreciate her. I like Drew was more of a Yasmin Bleeth guy than a Pam Anderson guy. I like
You got one
brunette.
more.
I'm not really into blondes like that. That's just not my thing. That's not my speed. Give me
You know
red
who I
hair
like
or
too
brown
from the
hair.
90s? She was Ananda Lewis from MTV.
Of course,
Oh,
bro.
yes.
Bro, you remember
TRL.
Downtown Julie Brown?
Downtown Julie Brown, yes.
That's
yeah.
my speed. Dude. Downtown Julie Brown. Shout out to that's Kid Hans. Some joints out here looking like a P. Yo, that's what I'm saying. I'm not attracted to that shape. I gotta lower my voice because my wife opened the door. I'm not attracted to that shape because you look like a P, like you look like Johnny Bravo. You know what I mean? Like when the titty is too big.
Oh, I
the
love
ass
that
is
cartoon.
flat.
That cartoon was my shit, bro.
Yeah, but the bitches, they look like Johnny Bravo. I'm an ass guy. Like, I'm not a titty guy. Like, I'm not really a titty guy. Like, nothing against them, but I'm not a titty.
Yo, Jules, let me ask you this. Remember that chick from Under Siege? She was in Baywatch too, man. The first one. The blonde.
Under Siege.
Yeah, with
Erica
Steven
With
Seagal, man.
Steven Seagal, right? With Steven
Yeah, man.
Seagal.
Erica Laniak, that's her name. Erica Laniak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
she's a
have
bad
to look
chick, man.
up. I'm
She's
gonna
a
have to
bad
look
chick too,
up.
bro.
My favorite 2000s bitches was Carmen Electra because she had red hair, Cindy Crawford because she had red hair. I ain't going front. I'm not really into blondes, but I like Claudia Schiffer because she had a tall ass. Like she had titties, and you know if you like titties, she had titties, but she was a tall joint with a lot of ass, and I really appreciated that she had ass. Like wow, they got asses in Sweden or wherever this bitch from. Wow, that was really good. Shout out to
I used to
Claudia
like
Schiffer.
Y'all like the
asses
Tia,
in Sweden?
y'all boys like the Tia Carrere business?
Yes.
Oh yes, I like
Yes.
the Tia career. I like the Tia
Wait,
career.
bro.
Yes.
What was the first Elizabeth Hurley too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Hey,
She's
Jules, you got a new one
still
for boxing
bad
jams,
though.
man.
She's still bad. Shout out to
you know
my
what I
man
didn't
Boxing
like?
Gems. Hold on, shut. Let me read the super chat. Shout out to my man Boxing Gems for the super chat. Sally Richardson from Posse. I like gorgeous. I dig it.
Vanessa, I was mad when they killed her off in the second Austin Powers for Elizabeth Graham.
Bro, Elizabeth Hurley and what was it, Bedeviled or
Bedazzled with Brendan Fraser.
Oh my god,
Dude,
bro.
you know who I like?
It was the new Kelly LeBrock. If you old like us, like me and Country, remember the 80s had Kelly LeBrock.
Bad. She was
Kelly,
bad,
we had
man.
Kelly LeBrock, and then we graduated from Kelly LeBrock to Elizabeth Hurley.
Dude,
like,
hey, Jules, I don't know how many of these guys will remember, but you know who I liked from Fast Times at Ridgemont High? When she was young, Phoebe Cates, man.
Phoebe, I like Phoebe was. And the shit about Phoebe is, it's not that she had like a bad this or a bad. She was just really fucking pretty, man.
She's the one that's
Was really fucked up looking. It was really fucked up looking that I never understood why everybody was so obsessed with this bitch. Molly Ringwald.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I never took to her.
She wasn't that great.
Tell me she don't look like Napoleon Dynamite.
Yo, we all came to conclusions about it.
She don't look that bad.
Bro, he's got big ass teeth.
No, a female version. Exactly.
Napoleon Dynamite. Like Ali Sheedy was prettier than her. Remember Ali Sheedy from the Breakfast Club? The weird, dirty bitch that you sit in the corner.
Be a question. Have y'all ever seen Elizabeth Hurley's son?
Nah.
He looks just like her. He looks just like her. Technically, like if y'all look him up, like I think his name is Damien Hurley or something like that. But looks just like her ass.
Well, I don't want to fucking look at him. Fuck that. That's gonna be weird.
But it's like he looks like it's weird. It's some weird shit. I don't know what's going on. But I'm just
boys. When did Salma Hayek do Desperado and Dust to Dawn?
95 and 96.
Yeah, and Dusk
Yeah.
Till Dawn was first. Unless I'm mistaken, Dusk Till Dawn was first, right?
No, that was after. That came after.
You sure?
Positive,
No,
96. Desperado came out the year prior. Yeah.
mm,
No,
I
he's
don't know.
are
right.
you
He's
sure?
right.
Because I
He's
think
Yeah,
right.
Salma
Desperado's older than
Hayek
Confirmed.
Just for done.
appearing in Till Dusk to Dawn was his first appearance in a major movie. Like that was one of the Tarantino's biggest discovery, maybe his biggest achievement to the date was casting Salma Hayek for that fucking movie.
Mm-hmm. It was.
So that was before Desperado, then.
No, I mean maybe it was filmed before, but Desperado
I
came
don't.
out before. It came
I'll
out
tell
before.
you. I'll tell you why. It feels like it was before because what put her on the map, and I remember what put her on the map. Yeah, she was a sexy broad in Dusk Till Dawn, but what put her on the map was Desperado. That's the way that I remember it.
That sex scene with Antonio. Yep.
Like I was like, oh my god, where did they find this bitch?
And by the way,
And
I know. I just want to say I know this movie's not well liked, but she was one of the best things about Wild Wild West too.
Oh, I didn't watch Wild Wild West, but I did
Dude,
watch
that's where
Desperado.
Tarantino got his fetish for feet, because she stuck her foot down his fucking mouth and poured that.
I mean, that was
That's
his.
tequila.
He already
Bro, like-
had.
He wrote that
He
in
already
there.
had it
He
in
wrote
the
it
moment
in
he
there.
made.
Bro,
the
I
scene
would have made
because
the scene
he
where I
asked
get to
for
eat the
that
bitch
fucking-
pussy. Like, fuck it, if we just gonna be perverts out here, and I get to write disgusting ass scene. I'm just gonna write the scene where I eat the
Don't
bitch
forget,
pussy. Then.
Tarantino.
Well, y'all remember that
Love
scene
that
where
fucking
you remember
movie.
that scene where she was about to kill George Clooney, and she told George, "Welcome to slavery,"
What
and he
about-
goes, "Thanks, I already had a wife."
oh.
I'd have been like, "Okay, thank you, I'll join slavery."
You know what I'm saying?
What about when Julia Lewis, like when she took her towel off, but like Tarantino dreamt it?
Nah,
Remember
nah.
that
This,
She's
scene?
a dirty
this
ass
the other
bitch,
shit.
man. That
This
one.
the other shit. That scene where Quentin is having a hallucination. Remember, he's having a hallucination.
Oh yeah, with Julia, yeah.
And she's like, Richard,
That's
would
what
you
I'm
eat my
talking
pussy
about.
for me?
She's like,
Yeah.
oh.
Holy shit!
If you go up to the broad talk about like,
Walk
by
up
the
to
way,
you and say that to
I'll
you.
do that for you, just so you know, like what do what.
And she didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. He's like, Richard, would you eat my pussy for me?
And he looked
Like, yo, this
confused.
dude is wow, bruh. JV said, I would breathe a fart out of cell. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like, if we just gonna be bugged out, because Quentin is a bugged out dude, that you wrote that scene so that she would do that, you are a bugged out dude. But if we gonna go crazy, I'd have wrote the shit where I suck a fart out the bitch ass and like, yeah, you really got to fart. In the scene, you have to fart, so. Okay. Fart right in my mouth, B.
Jules,
I would've
I
wrote
don't know if
a
to
scene.
hire you for
For
writing,
real.
man. You
Hey,
maybe
man, we
for
need
like
new ideas, bro. We need new ideas.
maybe for a Rocco Stafridi film, but
Also, in the 2000s, I was real big on Eva Mendes. Eva Mendes is underrated. Underrated.
But she was in a ton of movies
yeah,
before. She played
holy
Denzel's side piece in
shit.
Training Day.
She was in that movie with Mike Epps. She
All
was
About the
in that
Benjamins. Yeah.
All About the Benjamin. She's in All About the Benjamin. She was in Training Day. Everybody, I think, fell in love with her for Hitch. When they seen her in Hitch, I really like,
yeah.
yes, she really popped because it was like, wow, this bitch is mad pretty. You know
I
what
mean,
I'm
it's
saying?
funny. It's ironic in hindsight because the simp is playing her love interest. So
Yeah. I mean,
you know,
that was one of the few rom-coms that I actually liked, but mostly because, well, Eva Mendes. You know what I'm saying? Cameron Diaz aged like a fucking avocado, man. That broad used to, bruh, in Mask, she looked like goddamn Angel in Mask, and then she just little by little she started looking like Ivan Drago, like little by little.
I had no idea she was half Cuban. I didn't know that.
That bitch is
I think
Cuban like Ryan is Mexican, bro.
Yeah, no, Jules, it's the Leonardo DiCaprio situation. Like any chick that deals with Leo ends up fucking going, whoa.
You know,
He
down
sucked the
fucking
life
slide.
force. He sucked the life force out of all them young bitches. Be like,
Right.
she aged hard.
Yeah, hey, Catherine Zeta-Jones was bad back in the day, man.
Yes, she was in Zorro.
Entrapment.
Yes, she
Oh,
was.
Entrapment.
Monica Bellucci.
Yep.
Matrix.
Yes.
Remember Monica Bellucci?
Yes.
She big ass. Hey, let's
You know who-
French speaking bitch.
You know who
I mean, she
looked
does
really
this
bad
in,
even
like,
after, even during some of her movies was who was the chick that I think the blonde chick she was married to Antonio Banderas. I'm forgetting her name.
Melanie
Yeah, I know you're
Griffith,
talking about
man.
Yeah,
Melanie
Griffith.
Word. Yo,
Dude.
she yo country.
You ever
she
see that
aged.
with her makeup off? Oh,
The mom
Yo,
next
that
door,
shit
yeah,
is Yo, listen, they must have sucked the life force out of that bitch because she went from.
Yeah.
That's
I mean-
great. And you know, there's another bitch that looked like Melanie Griffith but with red hair. I forgot her name. It's a bitch running. She looks just like Melanie Griffith did when she was young, but she's younger than Melanie, obviously, and she has red hair. I'm trying to remember what movie was it that she was in. Was it Spy Kids? I think it was Spy Kids.
Carla Gugino? Or
Yeah. Her.
Yep. I like her. Yeah, I like her. I like Carla. Yeah,
And Rachel Wise, Potato
Yep.
Chips from Constantine. I like Rachel Wise.
Yeah, she was in the Mummy
Was-
movies too. Yeah.
You know who I liked was that chick from Total Recall.
Yeah, you
Brown
talking about
curly
Sharon?
hair.
Sharon Stone.
Oh, you talking about the other joint, not Sharon Stone? I
The
dig
brunette-
it.
the brunette.
I dig
Ray
it.
took the
What's her
cone.
name? What's her name?
Ray
I
took the
forgot her
cone.
name.
Ray
She was
took the
hot, man.
cone. Ray took
Rachel-
the cone
Rachel
Rachel
Tacone.
because she
I
was
dig
in
it.
Con Air too.
That's her name. Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
She was
What's her?
the Lady Guard in Con Air that Danny Trejo.
You know
wanted to
who?
rape.
You know who
Yep.
I liked? It was a little more modern day, but I like her still because I thought she was pretty good looking. Was Rosario Dawson?
Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah, always was.
Bro, listen.
You was
I was
never on
crushing.
J-Lo, huh, Jules? Even from Selena, huh?
Yo, can I tell you that it's funny that he mentioned Rosario Dawson because I was hotter for Rosario than J-Lo just because she looked like you could slide. Like, if you say the right shit, you'll get
He got
in there.
game.
I know you want to. Funny
He got
story.
game.
Get
I'll
in
tell you a
there.
story. I'll tell you a story. Rosario
Jules,
Dawson is
he
like
got
that.
game. I know you
I'll
saw. He
tell
got
you
game.
why.
I don't doubt that.
I'm gonna tell you
even-
what. Here's the story. I give my boy shit to this day for that. Rosario Dawson comes into his store that he's working at, and he's helping her. This was a year and a half ago. Helping her customer service, blah blah blah. She asked, "You know any good like poke stores around here?" And he's like, "Yeah, I know this one." And she takes a picture with him and tickles his elbow. He said, and then she basically asked him, "Do you want to go get pokey?" And he fumbled, like didn't realize, like she laughed.
Bro, nah,
Are you
don't-
kidding me? Are you serious?
Nah. You know what this shit is not Drew. You can't hold that against him. He was starstruck. He
No, you know
wasn't
why I
in-
hold it against him? He fucking studied acting like me. He's a fucking Capricorn. He fucking knows
Bro,
better.
Nah, don't do him like that. He was starstruck. Like he didn't realize. Like he's not in his right mind. Like yo,
I have the. I'll screenshot the DMs and the motherfucker. She did. You know when a girl tickles you or touches you for a picture, like what's like, bro?
I mean, but the fact is, like, she actually asked him if he went. He said no
because he's like, I gotta work. I'm still working. Like I'm like, I told him,
yo, can I say something?
I would have lost my
look.
job. I'd be like, I gotta go.
Yo, I'm gonna say that sound like me when I was 19, because that's like something like that has
and there's
happened
no
to
excuse.
me.
He's
before.
like 31 now. 32.
Just give him a. If you feel bad about it, how do you think he feels?
You know why I feel? You know why I hold him again? Because some of our acting teachers are actual celebrities when we went to USC, so he shouldn't get fucking starstruck.
But you give him a
we
break.
we had George.
Bro,
we had,
listen, bro, he
had
probably
Beyonce walking around the campus like it was normal. Like, nah, bro. I'll give him shit to this day for that.
Dog. There's a difference between being starstruck and like, oh, having conversation. There's this famous person, and them wanting to fuck you.
She invited me to Pokey.
Listen, when not that it was the same situation because it wasn't. If it was, I'd have fucked. But right, point is, when I met Katie Holmes, I was starstruck. I literally screamed, "Oh shit, you're Katie Holmes!" She's like, "Yeah." It's like, and we both laughed. That's on God. That's a true story. I turned around. I was very young. Where I was working at, I was very young. I was stocking the shelves. I was very young. And she's like, yo, you know where the butter at? And on God, I swear to God, I'm literally, shelving the butter. I'm like, and I'm about to get mad because yo, you gotta be fucking playing with me because the butter's right here. It's lit. And I turn around, I said, oh shit, you're Katie Holmes. And she's like, yeah. I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's butter's right there, yo. And she's mad friendly. But it's like I understand what it is to be starstruck. Cause like I've been starstruck.
Yeah, or
like, I
you
was like,
could be,
oh
you know
shit.
what? Even if you're not starstruck, you could be caught off guard. Like I used to work at the crab stands at Fisherman's Wharf, right? I ended up meeting the keyboardist of Leonard Skinner, and I didn't know it was him, but he had on a tour jacket. It was a jean jacket, right? And I'm like, he's walking by, and I'm like, hey man, that's a badass jacket. Where'd you get that? And he's all, "Oh, well, we got it from our band tour." And I'm like, "What?" And he goes, and I'm like, "You're from Leonard Skinner?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm Billy Powell, the keyboardist." So I was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "I wasn't expecting it, man."
Listen, I'm trying to tell you another time. Jennifer Connelly, right? She like that's not some bitches is movie magic.
So
like,
I'm not to brag though, but like I'll tell you a joint. Like my whole homies could vouch for this. They tell me this to this day. I didn't know who Lauren London was because I had never seen ATL. So we was at the club.
Man.
We was at the club. No, check this real story. We was at the club, and I see some chick pulling. I'm like, oh, she bad. And my boys knew who she was. They're like, oh, because they know Drew. They'll holler at anything. I'm like, I go get her. So I run up to her. She was with the twins. And just start spitting game. She's giggling, laughing. I'm like, you know what? We got a table. Come have a drink with us. Whoop, whop, wham. She knew I didn't know who she was. So she gave me rhythm. But she wasn't going. She was with Sean Merriman at the time, dude that played for the Chargers. And I see her. I'm like, oh, I see you in the Bentley, bro. My Raiders gonna fuck you up, but like, we'll have a drink later. And then I go back to the. I don't pay no mind to her because I go back to the bar, inside the club. And my boys after the club, we go to the crib and they play ATL. And I'm like, y'all didn't tell me that was her, bro. Why y'all do me like that?
Yeah, I'd have been mad.
I'd have pressed even harder.
Y'all really let me poly this joint, and y'all not even going. Y'all not going to tell me who this is, B? Like,
and
shit.
It was worse because she gave me rhythm. I'm like, y'all would have told me, I really would have bagged her.
Yeah, like, and I was gonna say this, that like some bitches be like low key. Some bitches don't in real life don't look how they look on TV. Like I met Erykah Badu. She look good, but she's tiny. She's like a fucking hobbit. Like she's a very small person. The ass is real though. Like yeah, that ass, that shit is real. But she is very very small woman. Like she's very small. And I seen Jennifer Connelly, and it's like, yo, as pretty as she is on TV, that's as pretty as she is in real life. Be like, that woman is fuck. She look like a vision of some shit, bro. It's like, yo, really look like that, yo. That shit's crazy. But yeah, man.
She's married to Vision.
Yeah. She's married to Vision.
And a lot of those celebrity joints, if they know you don't know who they are, you're not sure.
Joe's the guy that Paul Bettany
and you
plays
just
in the Marvel
drip. They
movies.
love that shit.
Well, when I meet celebrities, they could tell I know who they are because I bug. That's why I said that. They like, yeah, I got like, yo, I just see you at Hulk. She's like, yeah, it was good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because she came to my job looking for boxes. She was about to move. I used to work in this particular building. There was a supermarket under it or whatever. I was very young. I was about 18, 19 years old. And Jennifer Connelly walks in there. She was looking for boxes because I guess she was gonna move. Like, and Ang Lee's Hulk was in theaters, you know, the one with Eric Bana. I had literally just seen it and was like, oh shit. Yeah, real nice though, very nice, very amicable. You know, you don't expect celebrities to be that aloof. And the ones that I meet, usually they're very aloof, they're very friendly. So that was nice. And she is that pretty, man. She like the way she look on TV. That shit ain't movie magic. She really looked like that.
Yo, you cats know who Idris Elba is?
No, I've never heard.
He's a dude. Are you lying or are you?
I'm being sarcastic. What rock would I have to live under to not know who Idris Elba is?
Just random, man. Okay, so peep this. He was okay in Toronto because that's where I live. Every year, right now, they have Toronto International Film Festival, so they have the TIFF. But around this time, there's a shitload of celebrities that come to Toronto, right? So like, yeah, fine, cool. But at the same time. Around the same time, they were shooting a film, and I didn't know about whatever the fuck, you know. And I was watching at the time his British series called Luther, and in Luther, he's like sucking on lollipops all the time, right? So I'm like, all right, whatever. I was seeing this joint out near the fucking.
Isn't that an OD to Kojak?
Who loves you, baby?
Yeah, could be. So I was walking down the street, and I come out of the variety store as a thing. This chick that I was seeing. She's like, can you get some candy or some shit like that? I'm like, yeah, cool. So I get some fucking lollipops. My man, it's cold. It's like around October-ish, like fucking Halloween-ish time or whatever. And he's wearing flip-flops and a hoodie. And I'm like in a puffy and like, you know, runners. And I look down and I goes, my man's like wearing flip-flops and fucking a hoodie. I look up and it's him. I was like, shit, Idris? He goes, yeah, I heard it all, mate. It can be whatever. and then I go, and because I was watching Luther, I go, you want a lolly? And his assistant started pissing herself laughing. She just fucking was like, "Oh
You
my
want a lolly? Oh
and he's like,
shit!
"No,
Oh.
he's like, no, it's cool, man. It's cool. And then he just kept on
Oh
walking. He's like,
shit!
but he's legit cool. The coolest dude I fucking had a drink with was at the Drake Hotel drink tiff was Anthony Hopkins.
Well, he's a Capricorn.
I fuck with you not. He is one of the nicest fucking celebrities I've ever
He's a
fucking met.
Capricorn, bro. He's
Yeah,
he's
who
in
else
the
is-
club.
Because I don't know if you guys know, I my undergrad's in theater. So one of my persons I graduated with was Michael Chiklis' daughter. Remember Michael Chiklis from The Shield?
I remember Michael Chiklis. That's the commish.
He's cool. I've
The
been to his
commish.
house. The commish. I've been to his house a couple. He's a real cool guy, regular blue collar guy. I went to school with a lot of celebrities. Who's the dude from fucking Breaking Bad?
Which dude, bro?
Walter White. I can't think of his name right now. So yeah, his daughter too. His daughter was in one of my classes.
Bryan Cranston?
Bryan Cranston's daughter was in one of my classes.
Bryan Cranston is that dude, bro. Wait a minute. Now let me read the super chat. Kathy Bates was hot in Misery. Said no one ever, bro.
What the fuck?
Fuck.
The hell?
Nah, dog.
Maybe fried green tomatoes.
Said no one ever.
Said no one ever. Like, bro, I ain't never heard a motherfucker say that.
Buddy's throwing shit at the wall,
She
man.
was terrified. She was
For
terrified.
real, he hoping something stick. Cause dog, like, not on my word. Like, not with the corduroy jacket with the brown. Like, nah, I'm good.
Jesus
I will
Christ.
fuck my hand. Like, nah, I'm good. I'm okay. I'm gonna be okay.
That's one of the movies that gave me nightmares, man. Shit.
Bro, when she hobbled that motherfucking shit, bro. Bro, like,
I mean, dude, she was about to do Jules, when she was about to do that, I literally paused. I'm like, oh no, don't do it, please God, don't you do it.
Crazy, bro. Alfred Young says Shakira and Mira from Family Matters till this. Oh, I remember Family Matters. You talking about Myra?
You know who I liked? I liked Al from fucking Step by Step. The little tomboy. The tomboy
I know you're talking about the
sister.
youngest daughter. The youngest
The tomboy
daughter.
one. Yeah, she was cute.
You know what's weird? Oddly enough, that was one of the few blondes, because I don't really like blondes, but the one from Step by Step was okay. The eldest daughter?
Yeah.
She was okay. She's real pretty in the face. I remember Step by Step, day by day. Damn, I'm old as shit. I'm going to smoke a cigarette. I'll be right back.
Go for it.
Yo, boys, let me ask you this. Out of any fucking Bond or celebrity, who do you think, like, dude-wise, has screwed the entire every ethnic group? Every, like, white, black, Asian, fucking, like, South American, whatever.
That's a good question. You saying like which Bond character? Like which?
You know
which
what?
Bond
He's a very old school actor, but Errol Flynn was like a fucking stud back in his day, dude. But he was so bad, like he had apparently he had so much sex with so many women, he had like huge genital warts and everything. But
God!
You know who it was?
That, man.
You know who it was? And this is what it is. Marlon Brando had them in women and men and the male celebrities.
Jesus.
Marlon Brando was taking down all the women and all the guys like Paul Newman and them.
Oh,
I was thinking Clint.
Paul Newman. Eartha Kitt said she had a threesome with Marlon Brando and Paul Newman.
Jesus Christ!
Good Lord!
Okay, what was your question?
Ain't a threesome, dog. That's a train.
No, it's a threesome. Fuck out of here, y'all fucking crazy. It's the same thing as two girls.
No, it ain't.
Yes,
no,
it
it
is.
ain't. No,
So,
it
coming
ain't.
from
No,
the guy
it
that
ain't.
gets the most pussy on this panel, it's the same shit. So
No,
how you know
it
how you know that?
No, okay,
I know. Oh, I do know that, bro. I know that.
No,
I love y'all, but I know that.
I will not fuck with what any like. No, if one of my buddies at the other end, I'm like, yo, man, pass. She's all
No.
yours, my guy.
Who's the chick in Hollywood right now that's fucking bad to y'all?
Shit, that's a good question.
No, I'll point it here, AJ. Alicia Baumgartner says, "Oh, you and your homie, let's go have a drink," and she's like, "I want both of y'all."
You lost your goddamn
No,
mind.
Exactly, motherfucker. Exactly.
I don't do three. It's me. It's you and me and you. We don't go. That's it.
Get the fuck. I know he's lying because a couple of fucking drinks.
He ain't coming.
Exactly. And she looks you in your face. I'm gonna fuck both y'all up if y'all don't do it. So fuck out of here. Exactly. Exactly. He laughing because he know it's true. With $1 Million Man, everybody got a price.
Damn.
Hey, I got you, right? I got you.
You got
No,
me.
you can't put money to it, man. You can't put money
No,
to
I'm
it.
saying like Alicia Baumgartner said, I want both of y'all. Fuck you.
You know, as difficult as that would be, I would pass, man.
Not for you, but not for AJ. Not for Jay. AJ.
My mind is saying no, but
your body is telling you yes.
My mind's telling me no.
Because you know what she's gonna say to you
wasn't-
next?
hey, wasn't
She's like, I
William
want you to
Shatner
sing the
that
song you always sing on the relay.
Like,
I was singing that shit like for 11 hours, bro.
Exactly.
And then afterwards, after AJ leaving the room, I don't see nothing wrong.
Oh damn.
That's what probably R. Kelly singing to some fucking homie in the fucking pen.
Oh man, poor dude, bro. Damn.
Again, it only makes you gay if you like men.
Oh god.
I'm serious. Like, so you mean to tell me y'all? See, we did wild shit when I was young. Me and my boy, my partner, we had this joint. She's sucking his dick. I'm hitting it from the back.
You how fucking wasted were you? Yeah, facts.
16, 17 years old. You do stupid shit.
You're wasted. You guys are huffing on fucking gas, man. Facts. I know that's a hard play.
Y'all, exactly. Y'all,
play,
that shit like that happens.
By the way, Drew, which Hollywood chicks are you eyeing right now? Anybody?
I
haven't even seen a lot of movies, so it's hard for me to say. So
I like the joint now that was in the new Mission Impossible.
Yes.
Yes.
Which
one?
Yes.
The one that didn't die, the new chick they brought in.
You mean
fired,
what's
man.
that chick's name? Was she Agent Carter in MCU?
I don't remember. I didn't watch. She's just the new joint that they brought in because they killed that other joint off. You know, Tom Cruise like to recycle.
Did she have black hair or?
Yeah, the klepto thief bitch that they brought in.
Oh yeah, that's the chick from the Marvel movies. Agent
yeah,
Carter.
she looked good.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like her. Yeah, that's
man. I like what's her name? Did y'all see Olsen in her HBO series where she's fucking crazy?
No, I heard about it though.
She looked great.
She played the Candy Broad. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but yeah, I heard her.
And I think it's because Jules put a picture of photoshopping her tits too. He made them look bigger, like Hunter Ben.
She looked like she looks a lot like the fucking Robin Thicke's ex-wife. That one in from Mission Impossible, whatever, 6 or 7 or whatever the fuck it is. Doesn't she look like Robin Thicke's ex-wife? She was a baddie, man.
But she was actually in the fourth. Why didn't they not bring her back? I just don't understand.
Who? Robin Thicke's ex-wife?
She was in the fourth movie. Yeah, Ghost Protocol.
Yeah, man. She's a fucking baddie as fuck, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's dude. I mean, shit. I love me some Paula Patton. How did Robin fuck that up? What a dumbass! Like, seriously.
I'm surprised none of you boys mentioned that Eva Mendes. She went full frontal nudity for exactly 1.25 seconds in training day.
Right? Yeah. I know.
We know this.
Denzel.
Alancito.
What would be your favorite fucking Bond film? Or Bond
Mine's
chick?
is
No,
mine's is the one with Halle. As far as Pierce Brosnan, the Pierce Brosnan series of them,
Die Another Day.
Die Another Day was one of the great ones with Daniel Craig. It was I think it was the second one where he has to fight them all.
Quantum of Solace.
Which was the one with Javier Bardem?
Skyfall.
That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one.
Caesar's asking for the link, man.
I thought the best one.
I was about to log off though. So as a matter of fact, because I am gonna go live Friday night for the Matchroom Top Rank show. I'm gonna go live on Friday. That's gonna be probably 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern, which is what 6 Western, right? 6 p.m. on your end.
5, 6 our time. Yes.
No, wait a minute. No, about 3 to 4 Pacific.
You sure? 7 p.m. Eastern?
East,
Oh yeah,
7
that's 4
p.m.
p.m. Yeah,
Eastern
yeah.
is
You're 3 hours ahead of us.
3 hours
Yeah,
ahead,
so-
dude. So
That's
okay,
fine.
if 7 is what 4?
Well, you know the fights that we want to see
4
aren't
to
going to
5.
be
Oh,
the
until like
fights.
later
Yeah,
anyway.
they're not going to be on until later anyway. Because the
Oh,
one
sure.
the one on the Matchroom show that I really want to see is Erica Cruz and Melissa Odessa, and the main event of the Top Rank show, Lopez versus Gonzalez. Those are the ones that I really want to see because we know what Sky fight gonna look like, bro. Like I gave her a chance, bro. We know what her fight gonna look like. That shit.
Who's fighting on
This-
Sky? Or
she's fighting some slow-footed, slow-handed girl. So you know how it's,
yeah, Sky. Oh yeah,
Can I
she's on
say
that card.
this?
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, she's on that card.
even though Sky is a very pretty girl and all the good things, like some people, she's a very attractive girl. We could say that, right? She is the female Frankie Sanchez.
Yes.
Think about it.
Yep.
Think about it, like it's the style is the same. Yeah, I'm gonna move, I'm a
I
jab,
think
I'm
she's
gonna
the female
move, I'm gonna
Devin
move.
Haney. She's the Devin Haney.
Not
heavyweight
because
class.
Devin been in some okay. Not all his
Devin's
fights was
very
boring.
good.
Like not all his shits was boring. Like I would
Mark's been
say,
her lack of power.
he ain't got power, but yeah, because it's the same base style, bro. Look, Devin, Frankie, Sky, right? They're all pure boxers. They fight on the balls of their feet. They don't sit on their punches. So they don't have no power. You know what I mean? You're not going to generate no power if you're on the balls of your feet. You got to sit on. And, being real, some people just don't have power. Like, she don't have power.
Yeah,
bro.
but Julius is more than that. Look, I have saw some Sky Nicholson fights, and do you think he has a ceiling, for example?
You want my honest opinion?
I'm Michaela Mayer, because even Michaela Mayer, in terms of form, in terms of footwork, he looks way better at that time because this guy Nicholson doesn't have many fights, but at that point, I think he's an Olympian, right?
She's an Olympian, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't look like an Olympian.
Can I say this? Look, Michaela doesn't have power, but she does have a dog in her. She does have a dog. We saw that in the Hamadouche
that I agree
fight.
with. That I agree with.
She has a dog in her. Like she'll bang. Like if you want to get in her shit.
Fight showed me that. Hamadouche
Yeah.
fight that. So yeah.
Sky, like you want my honest opinion? I feel like outside of them journey women, outside of the journey women, the whole 126 will pass. All of them. All of them. Raven whoops her ass.
Power to back off these bro. She ain't got it. She just
Like it ain't even just Amanda. Raven whoops her ass. Sophia Leash whoops her ass. Arding Stoll whoops her ass. Erica Cruz, who's fighting this week, she wouldn't know what to do with a fighter. Like, bro, this broad is not going away. So if you think just throwing one punch at a time, she not going nowhere. She gonna be in your face.
And she looks way too sloppy for being an Olympian.
She looked fragile. She looked fragile.
It looks like in order to maintain distance, is gonna be all over the place.
Yeah,
he loses form every time that anyone tries to pressure. Not even a pressure fighter. Anyone that is stepping into her distance.
She go haywire, bro. Like you poured water on the keyboard. Like you go crazy.
Sky's been dropped. Sky's never been dropped, right?
No, but look, I'm being real. Like, I'm not saying it on no hater shit. I'm saying it on some boxing shit. She's gonna get got. Yeah, she's gonna get got.
Only matter. I mean, Ramla just got.
And Ramla could fight like, and she got. So if Ramla got, yeah, she's gonna get got sooner or later. She's gonna get got.
Dude, Ramla
gonna
end up in the chalk line again, man.
Nah, she's not gonna lose this time.
I don't know.
No, she was
She's
one
not
of
gonna.
the.
No, she's not.
Bro,
Bro, she's not. I'm telling you that the mistake that she made, right? The reason that I say this, it's not just because I'm a fan. It's because the mistake that she made is highly correctable. The mistake that you made was you was hooking with a hooker on the inside. You don't have to do that. Now you learned your lesson. Don't hook with this bitch. As long as you move and stay behind the straight punches, the jab and the straight, and just hit her with the jab mostly. You want to hit her with the jab mostly because as long as you're doing that, she's slower than you are. She got slower hands. She got slower feet. Just move, jab, pivot, use the jab in different ways. Yeah, it's a small correction. Just don't hook with this bitch because if you notice when she got dropped both times, it's because you keep hooking with this bitch. That's what she waiting for. She waiting for you to trade with her. If you don't do that,
it's like she was trying to get the she's trying to get the knockout when she doesn't have to do that. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, like you trying to get this bitch respect when you know what? Look, if you want to do some fly crazy shit, wait till round 9, round 10, you know? But the rest of the fight, just use your jab. That's all. You only need your jab to beat her. Long as you don't hook with this bitch, you good. And she was winning outside of them 2 knockdowns. I ain't gonna front, because remember there were 2 of them. But outside of that, she was doing all right. You just don't hook with this bitch, and you should be okay. And Manny Robles is a good trainer anyway. I got faith in him. She'll be ready. She'll win.
You know who Hope does lose this weekend? Lopez.
Why?
Why?
Because when he did that
Inoue shit, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
I do. I the silver lining if Lopez lost would be that Joet Gonzalez probably would fight Robeisy in a unification.
Oh, 100%.
match.
I think he would.
He would fight him.
He would.
And it wouldn't be no problem. Like I was talking to Eson, shout out to Eson, and you know it's like Eson saying that what Top Rank might be doing is they want to keep the belts divided to get more belts. I mean to get more fights out of Inoue when he goes up. But I told him, I'm like, bro, Inoue's not going up no time soon. He's not, like, it'll be maybe a year and a half to 2 years before he goes to featherweight. So what's Lopez gonna be doing for the next 2 years, bro? Unify, bro. What the fuck?
Because I'm comfortable that Joet will unify because as far as his resume goes, even though he's actually fought a lot of good fighters. And
he fought good fighters, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. But
that tells me he'll take whatever smoke comes. He'll take whatever smoke comes.
Yeah, like Lopez acting like he's money or something. Like, what are you talking about? Robeisy Ramirez isn't a money fight for you, bro.
Yeah, like, Brody, if you was exactly like you can't criticize him for some shit you got to do. You literally went to Ireland because you don't sell. And
why'd you go to Colin's hometown?
Why'd you go to Conlin's hometown? Why'd you go to Warrington's hometown? Because you don't sell. So what the fuck, bro? And not for nothing. Lopez has a good resume. He does. He beat Gabe Flores and he beat the shit out of him. He knocked out Conlin. He beat Warrington in his backyard. He has a very respectable resume. I'm not hating on Lopez. I'm just saying that if the next 2 years is you swerving a Ramirez fight, I'm not going for that, bro. You need to fight that dude. 2 years is a long time, bro. Like, it's not like Inoue is about to go to 126. He's not. He just got to 122. The fuck? You worried about him?
He's about to have
these
stick around.
He laid out a whole plan
these stupid
about how he's gonna
motherfuckers get a
fight.
boner that because they seem that Inoue's like fucking basically just under fucking Terrence Crawford's like cachet fucking value and whatnot. They're being like, yo, let's fucking dust this guy. You know, like you know, I don't know. It's fucking dumb, man.
Yeah, like you waiting on a guy who literally just arrived to 122 to move up to 126 after both he and his manager said, you know, it's not like it's up to speculation. They literally said that, yeah, we're going to be here for a while. They're looking at a Luis Neri fight for next year or a Casemiro fight or a MJ Akmadalia fight aside from the Tapales fight. So that's 4 fights. For a guy who fights 2 times a year, that's 2 years or at least a year and a half, you know, at best. So, nah, I don't want you talking shit to him and waiting for him to move up for the next year and a half or 2 years. Nah, you better get busy. It's a champion on your side of the street. If you can't get to the other guys, hey, politics, right? Whatever, fuck it. But that guy is right there. And I'm sure he'd be willing to fight you. So cut the fucking shit, yo. Cut the shit.
Yeah, but boys, I gotta love that shit because he, you know, no other fucking fighter, like Inoue's like he wants to clean out a division, like fucking clean out a fucking division. That type of fucking attitude, I love that shit, man. It's just
yeah, I mean, I like Inoue too, but the shit is to me, it's ridiculous because that's like if a guy just got the 140 and Crawford like, yeah, yo, come see. Like, what do you mean? The dude just got the 140. Yeah. He literally just got there.
If he wants him that badly, why don't you just move down?
Not even, bro. Unify your division because I see what you're doing. When Lee Wood beat Mauricio, you called him out right away. And he's at Matchroom. You called him out right away. So you had energy for Lee Wood. You got energy for Inoue. But the one dude that's on your side of the street, he right there with you. No, he doesn't sell.
He knows what he's doing. He wants that yen, bro.
I ain't mad at that, but you ain't about to get it, so you better do something else. Shit, you better do something else.
Plus, I think he knows that he would lose to Robeisy.
Yeah,
That's what I think it is, Jason.
I think so
That's
too.
literally
Same
what I
thing.
think it is. He knows that, like,
high
yo, if
risk,
I
low
fight this
reward.
fucking guy, he gonna take my belt. Then I don't get the Inui fight. But I'm not here to support that. I'm here for fights. I am
It's kind
not
of like
here for.
Yeah,
it's kind of like how Frank and Al or PBC knows that he'll lose to Shakur.
Thank you, because that's the
Yep.
point. That you being apprehensive is a you problem. That's not a my
yeah.
problem. That's a you
Can I
problem.
just say real quick? I don't think Al really did fucking pull that shit under the rug. I really think Frank Martin really ducked. Just like if the case is that if the idea is that okay, we're gonna go turn down this $1 million offer, which is the most he's ever had. Why would he just like not like take the fucking offer from Bob? Why go
I
that
mean,
far?
bro,
I
the
mean,
thing
it's
is
my
that we already saw this with Isaac 2 times.
yeah,
Remember, Oscar offered him $1 million. And yes, I believe Oscar, not because Oscar's this up. It's just because I know that Ryan and Isaac, at the time that they offered him that would have made a lot of money. So if you tell me
right,
that Oscar offered him I can believe it because, yeah, that's a commercially viable fight. And it's not like Isaac is coming off a win. He's coming off a loss. So it's very opportune to do the fight at that time. He offered Isaac $1 million. Isaac didn't take it.
right.
And then the
Um,
WBC ordered the fight between Isaac and Shakur recently. Once again, Isaac didn't take it. So what I see is it's the same pattern, just with a different fighter. Now with Frank, WBC orders the fight, and you, like Isaac, you didn't take it.
Right.
Now it's
yeah,
not a good
I
sign that he
mean,
keeps
it
saying
wouldn't
that.
have
Oh, I
gotten that
ducked the
far.
fight. I ducked the. Like, I didn't duck, but you won't give a reason. So
I
Saying
mean, he literally
that's why
can't, man.
special attention. Whatever he's about to do, it better be good. Whatever you about to do, because
mhm.
the amount of attention that this is getting, right? I don't care about the usual suspects because, like I said, you don't represent an actual consumer base. A lot of y'all dudes is just bums that be online too long. You're not real customers to the people like myself and the members of this panel that actually contribute something to the sport. To us, the optics would be really bad if you deprived us of a fight that we were waiting for, that we were under the impression you were going to be in, so that you could fight what, like Giovanni Cabrera or some shit like that? We not going for that. Them bums might go for that, but you don't need bums as fans. You need customers.
He just
You need
doesn't want
guys
to be
like
the
us.
first PBC fighter to get found out by a top ranked guy this year. That's all it
That's
is.
all. I mean, that's what I thought. That's literally what I think it is. Like, bro, Stefan got beat bad. Errol got beat bad. It's been a rough year.
Yeah,
If
and
you,
if Frank Martin gets beat, then it's more of a disaster.
especially for Derek James, bro.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
most of Frank Martin's fan base, anyways. Arrow fans, in my opinion.
Pretty
So
much. Like if you Derek James, bro, you was about to have a real rough year, bro. Like, cause Errol got his ass beat, might get his ass beat again.
All this while being
Well,
called
well-
trainer of the year too. You know.
I mean, well, Jamal hasn't gotten. Well, Jamal's fighting, so he's about to get done with by Canelo.
But
So
you see the point that I'm making, Jay, right? They're like, you know what I mean? Like if Errol got his ass beat and Frank got his ass beat and Mal got his ass beat, well, let's just say you won't be winning trainer of the year this year.
Anytime soon.
That's an
Not
understatement.
this one. Maybe next year. Like, what do they say in the NFL? Maybe next year. You know?
Yeah, Brian
Julie-
Dable was coach of the year last year, and 40-0 to open the game against the Cowboys. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Jules, for shits and giggles for the boys there, can you repost that video that you made where you dubbed fucking Derek James's voice? Because I missed that fucking video, man. That made
I
me-
don't need. Yeah, shit. Like I've just posted that. I posted that to
Was that an episode of the relay, or was something
Nah,
else?
not even. I did that shit quick, and I just posted it to Twitter, but then I deleted it. But I could screen record it. I don't have it. I could go to the Twitter post and screen record it, and then grab it from there. Because I didn't.
Okay.
That was just some quick bullshit that I did. Like,
No, it ain't bullshit. It's fucking beautiful, man. You had some funny shit, but I was just like, God damn, you fucking nailed Derek James's voice, man.
bro, because he sound like he just woke up. Talk like he literally just woke up just now. Like, I don't know about that. It's how you talk. Like,
Tom brings that
I swear,
happiness, bro.
bro. That's how Errol was sounding on like every minute of the epilogue of the Spence Crawford thing.
yeah,
Like
he's
when he
been
was like,
doing things like that and
like,
things like that. And horse
Jamal
and
goes,
things like
maybe
that.
we could have a trilogy. You go, Trilla
That'll
what?
be some more horses.
Trilla
Trilla
more
what?
who?
chickens.
Trilla who?
Trilla who?
You know,
Bro,
Bob
Oh, look at
like,
that. Boy, I tell you
shit
what.
is crazy. But
Oh,
anyway,
yo,
gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. I will see y'all on the next one.
all right, now
Have a
yeah,
you
good
know.
night,
Sure.
guys.
Okay, nos vemos.
Have a good
I
night,
guess.
brother. Thanks for having me
Thanks,
All
on,
right,
man.
boys.
thanks for having us, Jules.
Never
all right,
forget.
boys.
And wait a minute, I got a super chat. Let me read it before I go. Let me read it. The fuck was taking so long? All right. Shit. Have you seen the all access Charlo Canelo? No, but I might watch it when I get off of here. It's been a pleasure.